gotta up your gift buying game.
Well,
play a little didgeridoo for us.
Beeswax.
Play a
hit
little
that bad boy.
didgeridoo.
Let's go.
No, put it on the mic.
Okay.
Warble. You need some warble.
Hold on.
It's the same as the other one.
That's it. That's what I'm looking for. It sounds like a used car with blown out speakers.
Pretty good, right?
Oh yeah,
I've heard better.
Better than you would have thought. You know what? Fuck you.
I think I can play a little better if I'm being honest. But,
You know, I'll bring it with me on our road trip. You can try. Because the
bring
first
it
half
along,
dozen times you try it, you just go, and it's just you
you
get
leave
steady.
that thing with me, I'm gonna fucking smoke out of it.
Oh, you take some fat rips off of that thing, man. You can
I have a
really.
carb on the end of that thing. And just,
Dude.
whoa.
Getting closer to my ancestors. Other side of the world, but same accent, I suppose.
Probably pretty similar. You ever see Quigley Down Under, the Tom
Yes,
Selleck movie
yes.
where he's in Australia? Yeah,
That was you know what? I was about to say that was a good movie. I bet it's not.
it's a good movie. I watched it a year ago. It's fucking good. It's got shithead who played Snape in it, whose name's escaping me right now. Really good actor. I like it. I like that movie.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
Alan
Yeah.
Rickman. Yeah, Quigley Down Under. It's good. It's fucking good. I like that movie.
You know, the beeswax also helps. Acts like a little bit of chapstick on your lips.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
It's very nice. And so when you try it, it'll be kind of like we kissed.
Oh,
Oh,
again.
Yeah. Woody, you can try it too. Chiz, you can't try.
No,
This is a host only didgeridoo.
that's right. That's right.
This is the best didgeridoo. $36 can buy you on Amazon.
I was really expecting it to be much more expensive for some reason.
No, I was buying slide whistles and stuff, and the guy's like, dude, Australian hand dipped didgeridoo, $36.
Hand dipped didgeridoo.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. You know, it's a big crowd pleaser. You know who hates it? My dogs. They hate didgeridoo. They absolutely hate it. I don't blame them. It's a weird looking sound or weird sounding instrument, but also not a lot of range on that thing. Not a lot of range.
I think maybe if you were in the Outback, big wide open desert environment, maybe it would carry.
Yeah, and I'll fully admit I am self-taught. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No
Well, that's
classes.
not exactly true. There was a pamphlet that came with it, and so I used that as a basic.
I would have never guessed.
No. Did you hear the way I did the trademark? Wow, wow, wow.
Exactly. I thought I was at an Outback Steakhouse. That's how authentic that sounded.
Yeah, no rules, just right.
Mhm.
That's how I play the didgeridoo.
I love the Outback Steakhouse, like all those Australian products that we've got in the U.S. Like you know that the hair stuff, like shampoos, the Aussie brand, has nothing to do with Australia whatsoever. They make it in Missouri or something, and the same thing with Outback Steakhouse. They're like based in Illinois or somewhere like that, like Middle America, like nothing to do with Australia.
No, I don't even think they serve anything traditionally Australian there. It's just
a
not
steakhouse.
great quality American steak.
I like that fucking bread though, dude.
Yeah, the bread's solid there. Yeah, the bread really is good there. They go above and beyond with the bread, and that bloomin' onion is good. But you don't get credit for that because you can't really fuck up, and you can't fuck that up. You can get bloomin' onions at 10 dozen places.
Yeah, I've made those before. You can buy those gigantic Vidalia onions and then slice them, and I don't know. I made them before. They're good.
Yours is good as Outback.
It was better. Yeah, it was better.
That sounds good, man. Isn't that the appetizer where this was like 15 years ago when people gave a fuck about like people getting fat, and it was like this one appetizer at Outback Steakhouse is 4,000 calories.
It can't be.
It's got to be something.
All right, let's do some over and unders. I'm gonna guess 1,700 calories.
This is a bloomin' onion?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess
over
3,000.
under, you say? I'm gonna go with the under. Did you say over under? Did I make that up?
I said 1,700 was my guess exactly.
Oh, well then I'll go with 16.99.
Oh, I was right. Or no, I busted it. It's over 3,000.
Yikes! Does that include that delicious dipping sauce?
It's got to.
Oh, it says the dish contains a whopping 3,080 calories. For those keeping track, the original Bloomin' Onion is only 1,954 calories. Oh, so this is
I was talking about the original.
So 1,954 calories. Let's just call it 2,000 because you're going to be dipping. If you're going to be dipping, let's call it 2,400. They're not bringing.
I like that onion, but the Aussie cheese fries they have there are also really good.
Just like Mama made them back in the
right.
day.
Got a bit of ranch there. Give me
Yep.
dip.
The traditional Australian dip of ranch.
Ranch.
Like to have it while I'm watching football and and not be in an old prison island. Yeah. We don't have any actual Australian restaurants. No kangaroo is served here, and people in Australia eat kangaroo all the time.
Eat a ton of kangaroo. Yeah. It's like
I would
deer there or something. I would eat kangaroo. You too. Yeah. We're taught as children that they're these cute little lovable animals. They're fucking violent monsters.
Yeah, they're
hopping around, disemboweled. They're land raptors.
They seem as mean as birds in some instances.
As mean as birds.
Yeah, there was one clip. I don't know if you've seen it. It's this guy in the Outback, and his dog ran away. Not like you can't find him. Yeah, and the dog is out there, and there is a kangaroo with the dog in a headlock. And the guy's like, Tony, come on, Tony, come on. And this right here. And the guy runs over there and starts fighting with the kangaroo to free his dog. And he makes out okay.
He punches the kangaroo in the face, and the kangaroo is just like, the fuck?
Yeah. Whoa. Hold the phone. What's this? You can swing too? You've got longer.
And in the fucked up world that we lived in 2014, this was a huge controversy. Everybody was like, he hit the roo. Why would he do that?
He's going to kill his dog. Yeah. I would have hit the roo.
I wasn't going to kill that fucking dog. He was just kind of holding the dog a little.
Really? I don't trust the roo with my dogs.
Yeah. Kangaroos aren't known for their choking abilities, right? The kangaroo wasn't choking the dog.
My big question is, what do kangaroos eat? Do they eat animals?
No, that's not a predator. He eats leaves.
They have clawy hands.
For digging.
What are they digging for if they eat leaves?
Leaves.
Kangaroos are herbivores, so he probably wasn't going to kill the dog.
It just means that he wouldn't have made any use of the dog.
I'm just imagining a carnivorous kangaroo with like big fangs, like tearing into a buffalo or something.
Yeah, that's like a sci-fi original. Remember how bad those movies were? Yeah.
When we went out to Texas, that guy in Texas had a pet kangaroo that was like semi-domesticated, and I would hand feed it carrots, and you could see that the claws on that thing are pretty legit. Like you wouldn't want to fight it.
How many carrots do you have to eat to just get jacked? They must be eating all day because they look pretty fit.
I don't know. I fed it a lot of carrots though. I want to say you could shoot the kangaroo for like $1,200 or something if you wanted to. He had all these animals there that were basically pets, but because it was a hunting ranch, it was like, yeah, you like him? He's a nice guy, right? You can kill him for $3,800. It's like shit. You just every animal you met was like that. Like the fucking camel, like runs over, like, hey balls, how's it going? You're feeding him fucking carrots or grain or whatever, and he's eating out of your hand. He's like, yeah, that's sushi, my camel. You can kill it for $8,700. Like every animal there was like that.
Yeah. Giggling on the life of it while you're feeding it carrots.
Hey Kyle, this is my wife. We'll talk privately.
I'll pay. This is the switcheroo. I'll pay you $9,000. You take care.
He was having at the time that I was there. He was having quite the dispute with his wife. She might have been on the menu.
Those things happen.
There's got to be a place in the world. Actually, scratch that. There's got to be multiple places where you can like hunt people.
Yeah,
and eat them.
Movies
hostile style. Because
most dangerous game.
Yeah, the most dangerous game that happened in Hostel.
Did that have iced tea in it?
It may have had iced tea in it.
Yes, it did. It absolutely did. He had dreadlocks. And John Voight.
Plays.
Was there ever any like survival type training that you did? Like I gotta imagine, especially because like all right, so when Americans think of Australia, we think of a gigantic desert. And obviously there's the coast. It seems like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like most people live around the coast, and that then there's that huge part of Australia that it's like, yeah, we don't go there.
So pretty much everything that's not on the east coast or the south, like pretty much, there's like imagine a U. So the west coast, south coast, and east coast are all fairly populated. West not so much, and there's one major city up the top in the middle, and there's one city in the dead center, and then everything outside of those is just uninhabitable almost.
There's a city in the middle?
Yeah, it's called Alice Springs. There's not much there.
Yeah, what do you think?
There's a casino, and that's about it. I've never been there, but I just know there's a casino from a book I read. That's about it. On the eastern side, like that's where all like the stuff you guys would know, like Sydney and Melbourne and all that.
So did you ever do any like survival type training out there in
much
the
in
Outback?
Australia? So in Australia, like you do like all your first aid stuff, and they focus a lot more on snakes and stuff like that. Because like I didn't step on, but I nearly stepped on probably about 5 snakes during navigational exercises and they were like nasty ones too. My mate honestly saved my life probably 3 times. I just didn't look down that much, But when we went to Thailand with one of the exercises, we had like the Thai special forces do a survival thing, and that was loose. He had like snake's blood for us to drink. He had like just the most random shit. And what are the ones with the 2 dots on the back of their head? Is that king cobras?
I have no idea. We don't have those here.
I think they're king cobras. He had like us in a circle, and it wasn't a big circle. And he just chucks one in the middle of us, and he's got a stick. He's just flicking it back to the middle every time it started moving towards the edge. And it was just like, it was loose. He was like playing with all these snakes and that. And he pissed in a bag and drank the piss. And it was just like, this is loose.
Was this Bear Grylls?
Yeah, this is like the Thai Bear Grylls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
the population of Alice Springs is 25,000. That's a town at best.
Yeah,
it's smaller than a lot of suburbs. Yeah,
yeah.
And then in Malaysia there was a survival thing that I didn't do that one, but it went for about 3 or 4 days, and they build huts, and I think they get like a rabbit and they skin a rabbit and eat the rabbit, random stuff like that.
Skin a rabbit and eat the rabbit. Did you see any Thai guys do that thing where they stick their head in a crocodile's mouth and like dare it to bite down?
No, none of that shit.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So like, I always explain the army as something like this. It's like 65% is sitting around bored out of your brains. There's about 30-ish% of like back breaking, shoulder breaking, knee breaking agony of like walking around or lifting heavy shit. And there's like 1 to 5% of like the most coolest shit you'll ever do. So you break that down into days. There's like maybe 2 weeks of the year actually do anything cool. And then the rest of the year you're either just sitting around or breaking your back.
The cool stuff. Like I got to imagine that's when you get to play with like different weapon systems, right?
I've shot pretty much everything the Australian Army has for a normal soldier, not special forces or anything. Just some of the places you go, sometimes you're in the moment, you don't really think about it, and then you stop and you're like, holy shit, it's cool. Like some of the stuff on top of mountains and that. I'm big on mountains, so for me, going somewhere really scenic is always nice. I don't know. There's just some cool shit you do. I need something to trigger my brain to think of them.
Did you get to blow any shit up?
We've used a lot of deck cord when I was in, blowing up trees and stuff like that.
Yeah,
banking claymores. I think the most amount of claymores I've seen being banked up was probably about 15 to 20. So that was a pretty big bang when that one went off. Claymores aren't really that deadly. Like obviously you wouldn't want to stand in front of them, but the bang is brutal. Like if you were like anywhere within 50 meters of a claymore and you weren't ready for it, you'd hit the deck. You'd be fucking.
Yeah, it's a real sharp explosion too. It's not that like rolling boom. It's just a pop. It's very, very loud. Anything plastique is. A dead cord's really fun though. Dead cord's one of the most fun things to play with.
Yeah, so pretty much I think I can't remember the rule is, but you do a certain amount of laps around a tree for every thickness, and then you can blow up trees. And Shit, I shot plenty of Carl Gustav 84mm rocket launchers and seen plenty of Javs being shot. I've shot plenty of 66mm. 40mm are always fun. They're absolutely. The rule is you got to try and get as many in the air at the same time. So like when you're at the range, you're like, could we get next one? Yeah, I've shot the automatic grenade launcher, the Mark 19. That's fun. That's probably the coolest gun I've shot. I've actually got a really interesting story for you. So I've shot a heap of 50 cal. And so we used to be mechanized when I first got in the battalion I was in. So we all had to get trained on how to use the 50 cal. So if we ever quickly get in the vehicle and start shooting it if we have to. But we did a lot of ground mounted stuff as well. So we had it on a tripod, and this one time we did this massive attack, and then we changed position. So I had to do the support position where we were just shooting to the background, while this platoon was pretending to attack up to shoot this other stuff, all live fire. So this was one of the coolest things I'd done at this stage. So this platoon probably had about 30 people. They're attacking towards these targets popping up. They're shooting, just all their normal guns and throwing grenades. We're off to the side, probably about 150 meters to the side, with we had 284s, 266s going off nonstop. We had 2 ground-mounted 50 cals, and I think someone shooting 40mm, all going off into behind to where they're attacking. So obviously it's safe for them. They're not going to get hit because we're shooting but it's to simulate a fuckload of noise, realistic noise, as they're trying to attack a position. Anyway, so I'm behind this 50 cal because you had to be qualified on the guns to shoot them. And I'm behind this 50 cal and I'm shooting it, and I got about 300 or 400 rounds in. I had the stoppage, and there's different types of stoppages, but this one was called a hard cock. And so what happens is the cocking handle wouldn't go all the way back. It was jammed halfway. And so my section commander came over and started kicking the shit out of it. That's actually how you actually get it out, right? So you got to just kick the shit out of it because they're big fucking guns. He kicks the shit out of it, and it finally dislodges the round that was stuck in there or whatever it was. And in the process of this, something happened, and I'll get back to that. So my company sergeant major was standing right behind me. He's in charge of the gun line, and he's like, "Yep, continue firing." I'm like, "Yep, seeing I'm firing now." And I went to shoot it, and the gun blew up. Right, legit, just massive breach explosion. Big puff of smoke and just metal going around, and natural reaction, I covered my face and hit the deck, right? It's hard to explain it, but imagine having a tripod going, I don't know, down like that. It's hard to fucking explain it, but you have your feet up on the fucking legs, and your groin is aiming directly at this fucking 50 cal. So your dick, everything's just exposed to this gun, and the breech on a 50 cal is underneath it, so everything that comes out goes down. So when it blew up, I hit the deck, and I'm covering my face. My company sergeant major was standing behind me. He's like, "Are you all right? You're right." I'm like, "Yeah, face is good, but my leg fucking hurts." And there's blood coming out of my leg right next to my, right where your femoral artery is. So it's right up in my groin.
Shit.
And it's just seeping out, not gushing, but I was it was fucking hurting. And so instantly, we knew something happened, and a bit of the cartridge blew out of the bottom, went in, missed my femoral artery, missed all my nerves, and just lodged right up in my groin. And it was the first time anything like that had happened any time recently. So it was big stop. And then the ambulance got called forward, but the ambulance didn't know where the fuck it was. They went to the wrong spot. And there's this golden hour rule in the military. You're always going to be within an hour of the hospital. Tell you, if I was fucking going to die that day within that hour, I was no way I was getting to the hospital. But instantly, as soon as it happened, pants were ripped off, fucking everything's out exposed. My mate's got his arm on me, his hands on my fucking groin. It's fucking shit was going everywhere. And it's just almost literally. And it was actually a pretty fucking freaky story. And
yeah,
to actually explain what happened, I think in the process of the actual gun being kicked, the barrel dislodged. So the way a 50 cal works, the barrel's loose and it comes back and it gets pushed to the side. And I think in the kicking of it, it actually pulled it center. So it was actually just sitting in there. And when I cocked the gun and put the next round in, imagine that's the whole of the gun and the round sticking out the back. It actually had a bit of the cartridge still sticking out the back. So when the firing pin hit the primer cap, it blew the back of the cartridge out. And like the actual bullet of the 50 cal was stuck halfway up the gun with half the cartridge still attached to it because they actually cut the barrel open on the investigation, and all the other part of the cartridge came out the bottom and into my leg.
Yeah,
so
you just made a little. It's just a little brass pipe bomb at that point. We used to take empty 50 cal hulls, put some black powder in them, put a fuse in, crimp the top, and you've got little mini hand grenades. And that just blew up right next to your dick.
Yeah. So I missed all the crown jewels, so everything's all good there. But it was fucking pretty scary moment. And also,
what a terrible way to lose your dick.
It would have been. Yeah.
How'd that happen? Well, my commanding officer, it was kicking the gun I was using, and then I tried to fire it, and now I don't have a dick. Like
so
that,
initially, everyone was blaming me. Everyone was blaming me, saying it was called a cook-off. So you shoot too many rounds, and the feed gets too hot, and it blows up because like the round goes in, and before it can even fire it, because there's so much heat going through it, it just blows up the round. And that's actually quite common. I've actually seen a fair few YouTube videos of it. Mine was definitely not a cook-off. Like I did nothing wrong, potentially. Like I was only a new soldier anyway. But later on that year, when I was in Malaysia, there was another guy. He actually had a cook-off, and his blew up and actually went into his testicle.
Ooh.
And he was screaming that he was on fire, and no one believed it. Like, because they knew it blew up, but he's like, I'm on fire. And they started calling him Ricky Bobby from that point onwards because he had a bit of brass in his testicles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I've never met anyone else in the military that had that it happened to. So.
Wow, what a lucky guy.
Yeah.
So you get I don't even know how it works in the U.S. military. Like, do you get a Purple Heart or something for getting injured, or is that only in like actual like
the enemy has to shoot you? I think.
No, so you're always covered under veteran affairs and that if you ever get an injury in the military. It's a bit of a process to get all the claims and that in, but once you do have it, you're covered for life. So, for example, my leg starts to play up now, which it hasn't yet. I would have it permanently covered for the rest of my life. Like I've had busted ankles and stuff like that. That's all covered because I've filled out all the documentation for it. Mm-hmm. So if I ever go to hospital and my ankle's playing up and I need to get an ankle reconstruction, they'll pay for it. But you got to fill the paperwork out. It's a pretty lengthy process. You're also covered for cancer, except for brain cancer. There's a few things. Even just as soon as you've served, you get covered for certain things.
Seems like
not brain cancer.
Brain cancer covered.
Well, okay, one of my best mates has brain cancer, and he's still serving. So,
well, we can't afford to cover the brain cancer after all those tests we run on him.
Well, technically, once they boot him out, because he's going to have to get kicked out eventually. There's going to be a point where he's going to lose function to half his body. He's not going to be covered by the military.
That's
potentially. Jesus, that's bullshit.
They're paying his bills at the moment, but at one point they'll be like, But the good thing for them is they're using him as a poster boy because, like, this guy's got cancer and he's still serving and doing all this great stuff for cancer, research, raising money. And
what kind of cancer does he have? Don't worry about it. It's the coin we're covering right now.
So, yeah.
Is he going to live?
No, he'll die from it.
Sounds pretty bad. Yeah.
So, I don't know the exact name of it. His Instagram's Willie Beating Cancer. And it's a tumor in his head. They can't operate it out. If they do operate it out, what will happen is probably lose function to part of his body, half of his body. Just not sure to what severity. But because he's so fit and healthy already, the surgeons pretty much said, live your life now because it'll be better than being, half paralyzed and not being able to do anything. But he'll eventually either get the surgery done and then have a few extra years, or it's that coin flip. Like, what do? Do you live?
Remember how you said it was hard to get fired in the service? I'd put that to the test, right? Go AWOL, live my best life, which probably involves not working a bunch.
Well, whilst getting chemo and all that, he actually got a really good opportunity to just pretty much taking as much time as he wanted off. Because 1 week of the month he'd have chemo, and then the week after he'd be fucked. Mm-hmm. And then he had 2 good weeks. So the 2 good weeks, he literally just did whatever he wanted.
Yes.
But then he'd be, then back to the chemo week, and it was fucked again. And
Fox had this retarded show called like Man versus Animal. Oh. And it was like it wasn't long. It wasn't long after the when animals attacked videos had sort of run their course. They just ran out of VHS video of men being attacked by deer, and so they started doing this thing where like, who's faster, a cheetah or Michael Johnson, professional runner? It's like
the cheetah. When we come back,
Of course.
have him they would have human beings face.
Who would win in a fight head to head? Michael Phelps, 24-time gold medalist for the United States, or a great white shark?
Didn't they do that? They did that on Shark
retarded
Week.
shit.
Yeah, that's like a real one. I don't know how they. I didn't see it. I just heard.
How do they
about it.
repackage it every year? It's the same 5 things on Shark Week.
Watch as
single
this
year.
bipedal terrestrial ape attempts to challenge a 10 million year old perfectly evolved specimen of a shark.
Even I'm not on team person with that one.
No.
I would like it if Michael Phelps walked up to the pool and just shot it with a harpoon gun or something, and that was the
Michael
whole
Phelps
segment.
wins.
Did you see that dude punch out the kangaroo? Have you guys seen
Yeah.
that?
Of course.
It's kind of viral. That seems to be real.
Yeah.
I doubted it at first. Am I the
haven't
only
seen
one?
this.
What?
Come on, you haven't seen the guy
His
punch the
dog's
kangaroo?
getting attacked, so he goes up and squares up
never,
with the kangaroo.
never mind. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I remember that now. That's not a big one though. I think we got in this exact fight before.
Kangaroos can get big. I mean, did you see the video of the moose walking around in Canada that was fucking 2 times the size of an SUV? It was the biggest thing I've ever seen.
It was
Moose
gargantuan.
are enormous.
Yeah, but
you always
even
assume when you
that,
don't. Yeah, you always think a moose. Probably like a deer, like a slightly
big
larger deer.
yeah.
And then you see one, and it's like, if you hit this in your military grade Hummer, you'd have to go back to base for repairs. This is
the moose can look in my second. He looks in your second story window. That's how tall it is. It's weird.
Taylor, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
crazy.
biggest kangaroo. I just rewatched it and I found it in HD and stuff. I'd only seen it in stupid GIFs with Conor McGregor. But
As you do.
It's a pretty legit kangaroo, I think.
It was so shocked that this human being had struck it.
That seems to be the key. If you watch, people are watching it now. He punches
you're right.
the
It's
kangaroo.
the size of the dog.
But wait, a couple seconds later, the kangaroo just looks at him. Look how strong this kangaroo is. As he's telling the dogs to leave, the kangaroo is just he's like,
He's just stands
He's just
up
holding them.
hey, what the?
yeah. Now I'll agree he's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever, but he's a legit kangaroo. He seems grown. He's just not an outlier kangaroo.
I don't I know that the dog and the kangaroo are just not at ease here, but how gentle the kangaroo's just holding onto the dog is creepy.
He explained that kangaroos will strangle the dogs.
Oh.
Well, not this man's dogs.
Oh, the kangaroo's shocked. He's like, I can't believe you do that.
Yeah,
me.
I knew that was real when it happened because immediately people started giving the guy shit for punching a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Not I. I'm
No.
on team dude with this one.
He did the right thing. What that looks like is when you see those videos of big, boisterous, drunk women talking shit in a club and someone's not taking it and they give them a smack. And immediately, the realization sets in of oh, I'm a person. I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
And they
that
back
hurt.
off. That respect for that guy. I like how he squared up and then he did a little he did a little
did the boxing
shoulder
thing.
thing. He went up like that. He was about to get jiggy with it. That was great.
He's totally fought some people in real life before.
He's not a fighter though. Did you watch? He
No,
dropped his
that's
left
real.
and
Whoops.
he didn't rotate his shoulders on the punch. He's just a regular person.
Well, see,
but he's
you know what would be the
brave.
biggest
human punch maneuver that you're thinking of? What you don't understand is he has perfected the body mechanics needed to take on a root.
I stand corrected. Yeah.
You start rotating your shoulder out there, he'll rip it right off. Okay? You just say,
There you go.
You know what would be really impressive is if a guy beat a kangaroo with a kick.
Yeah.
God, that kangaroo would have to go off and commit seppuku. It couldn't go back and be like, "Where'd you get that broken paw from?" Human kicked me.
He doesn't even have a tail to
you could come
stand
back
on.
here and still be the alpha male? No, get out of here.
there are some animals that where the matchup versus humans is actually interesting. I think a lot of them that we've discussed before, not interesting. I mean, they're funny to joke around about and sort of hyperbolize about, which is a word I just made up. But
Works.
I think man versus kangaroo is pretty fucking legit. If you've got a well-trained muscular man versus a big kangaroo, we're not going to throw a lamb to the slaughter here, but a large kangaroo.
I think you have to have a big. It's got to be a Brock Lesnar, a Cormier, you got to be the biggest guy, because that kangaroo is not as big as they're 8 feet tall, aren't they?
Oh, some of them are enormous. If you equalize for height instead of weight, like they do with humans. I
Yeah.
think that would be more fair because if
I
they're
want
like
the human to kick.
There aren't any
I want that
wild
to be like a
kangaroos in
the main
America,
part
so
of his
I
op.
feel like I don't know them that well. I just know them from pictures. But so many kangaroos I see are buff, super strong buff roos.
How
It's-
hard can a kangaroo kick? Let me Google it.
I feel like they're the
They
only
have
non-ape
claws.
or non-primate that still has like traps and pecs
Yeah,
and like human muscles, and so you'll
Yeah,
see
they're
them, and it's like,
marsupials.
ugh.
and they can stand on their tail and claw with their feet, which is it's a rough weapon. I usually am the one who's on team person because usually I'm like, people can beat up birds. Like, why am I alone in this one? But on kangaroos, I think I might bet on the roo.
I would for sure.
It
If they
looks-
clipped their like toenails or talons or whatever, it'd be very close.
Or
Yeah,
arm
they
the
could put, like,
guy.
talons,
Foamy on
that's
that.
not fair.
If you
We're
want, if
gonna
you put a
foamy on
foamy on
that.
the talons or maybe a knife in the guy's hand, things get dangerous for that roo.
Oh yeah, or a boomerang. That's
Or a
that's
sword.
what my show would be like. I would no, it would have to be all like thematic. So if you're gonna fight a kangaroo, your options are boomerang or didgeridoo. And I'm fully aware that didgeridoo is not a weapon.
Didgeridoo is the way to go. You have that long stick. That's the way to go.
You're like spinning it around, making beautiful music while you fight. I'd watch that movie.
It looks
You
like
watch a didgeridoo movie.
it looks like a kangaroo can. A 6 foot tall, 185 pound kangaroo can kick with 850 psi. This is the NSW Department of Rec and those numbers. And then a boxer, they did a study, and it looks like 70 boxers averaged around 776 pounds of force. So like they're pretty evenly matched. I feel like that could be a solid fight.
Yeah, it could be, or it could be like a death that you watch where a guy gets disemboweled with the first, the foamy falls
came
off.
Yeah, we have boxing gloves for the dude. We could put boxing feet on the roo, and that'd be hilarious.
Oh, I'd love that.
Man,
Yeah.
Then I'm definitely down. See, that's the trick. If you could ever make it so that the animals had like protective gear and you could just have a thing where you go and pay to beat up some animals, I feel like that would be big business. I want to own that business.
You want to own a kangaroo fighting business?
Not just kangaroo. Like you come in, you can beat the shit out of any animal that's been rubbing you the wrong way, right? And
I'd be an investor.
crows, just like
crows.
fuck some
Yeah, we got a
crows
whole
up.
room of crows. You can just stomp on them. You can just stomp the shit out of them.
It's got a low
What about,
ceiling,
like,
and you get a butterfly net. You just catch them and fuck with them.
You've got one of those tennis rackets that's electrified, and the room's just full of butterflies, and you're just going ape shit.
What if there's like a whole room of spiders crawling around, but you get to wear like snowshoes and you just crush them out?
That exists.
Kyle, this is a $10 idea, my friend.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want the penguin kicking, the penguin punting. I think that's going to be big.
They are.
Oh, I don't
football
like that.
sized.
What have penguins ever done to anyone?
Nothing, but they're like the perfect size.
Oh, they're kind of assholes on some of the movies, right? How about that one penguin that pushed the other in the ice?
the movies.
Classic.
You know the
gif.
one, right, Tucker?
The one.
The
It's,
GIF,
it's
the
like
GIF.
oldest time.
Yeah.
Is this an
a little
animated
joke
film
in
we're
between friends?
talking about?
I will look for the.
No, it's like a gif from like 2005 of like a
It's so
penguin
old.
walking
Oh,
on
of
ice,
the
and the other
penguin.
one just knocks it down, and the penguin.
Yeah.
I think you should only include animals in your zoo of death that have caused harm to humans. That
Like
way you
that
have a little
specific
plausible
animal, or it's-
deniability.
That specific animal or its kind.
Oh no, not all. No, you wouldn't have a very
Whoa.
successful
Whoa.
business if you
Whoa.
couldn't blame the entire species for the actions of a few.
I think the arm
Uh,
might be photoshopped. I'm looking at
probably.
this now with a more skeptical eye. That penguin may have happily just jumped in the water with the photoshopped arm.
Yeah,
I suspect penguin arms don't even do that.
I love Taylor Swift. Yeah.
I mean, but we just, do penguins have elbows?
Well, back in 2005, I didn't view with these things with such skepticism. The internet was pure and kind.
Like a Daffy Duck or something.
There's one other guy I talked to who tried to do this multi-nut thing with prostitutes. Like this guy's called into my show a couple times. He's on. It started out really innocent. He was trying to fuck this girl he'd been writing to in prison, and she was playing hard to get.
Who's
He
in
was like-
prison?
The girl.
Okay.
The girl was in prison, and he was writing to her, and she wasn't responding to him fast enough because, she was in prison, and he had a problem with that. And it turned out he's like a huge psycho who's not legally allowed to use the internet in Australia because he's harassing people too much.
I like this guy. Let's get him on the show.
And he's crazy. He's
banned from online
in Australia.
So he'll write me emails about how he's like on his way to see a new prostitute, and he'll have like a bottle of champagne on the subway to meet her. And he talks about how many times he'll come in his hour of seeing these prostitutes. But then I found out he's on the prostitute blackball website. Like they've got a private, it's in Australia where prostitution is legal in some places. They've got their own private prostitute website where you have to prove that you're a prostitute to join. And like he's got the biggest thread there. Like he's like the Jack the Ripper, but he still manages to find hookers who will fuck him. It's so funny.
So does he not pay them? Like
No.
Why are the reviews so bad?
Because he's a fucking lunatic. Like he tries to get as much as possible. He's the biggest wheeler dealer in the world when it comes to hookers. He's like, okay, so I see like $150 for a condom blowjob. Okay, so do you think that I could get you pregnant? And they'll be like, no, sorry, honey. Like they have their like whore talk, like, oh, baby, you so sexy. No, I don't think so. Let's just say, they don't realize how crazy he is. They're like, okay, and then he'll send them like a readout of his testosterone levels, like and his semen count, which he sends to me too. I don't know, well, because he's crazy.
Is it a good count? Do you know? It must be if he's sending pamphlets about it.
I don't know if it's a good count. Like I didn't read it.
Maybe it's a really bad count. So he's like, "Come on, let me buzz."
I want to know what his testosterone count is.
Oh shit! I'll pull it up. I'll try to find it during an ad read.
I'd love to know.
No, so this guy is blackballed from all of the whores in Australia.
I want to know more about this.
He didn't even steal.
Here's where my head immediately went to. Here's a site, and you have to prove you're a prostitute to get access to the site, which in my mind thinks, well, I make a website, and then every prostitute has to fuck me to get access to it. What better way is there to prove your bona fides than to sleep with the webmaster?
Yeah.
Woody,
you start a site called like reliableprostitutes.woody, and and then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, do you want a place on reliableprostitutes.woody? You're gonna have to come over and complete my survey.
This is like a monkey paw wish. Then you'll hear the thundering in the distance of the stampede of fat prostitutes coming to your house. Like, oh shit, I didn't think this one through.
I forgot to set it to female only. You
trans entrances in the back, please.
Trans entrances in the back, so to speak.
But I didn't know what. Maybe they're Blue Chew users. They try to like keep it hard and disguise their nut. He's walked me through some of his experiences where he's like, oh yeah, then I nutted and I didn't let her know, so we kept going. Oh man, that sounds like fun, kind of the way you're saying it. I don't know if it is though.
I mean,
it seems like he just rips women off. He's just really trying to get as much for as little.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's a conscious consumer.
It's the art of the deal, Australia.
I mean, a little negotiation is to be expected.
How about you suck my cock and thank me for it?
There's 150 with a blowjob. I could save you $2. 148 no blowjob.
Have you seen this ass golfing in a pair of khakis? because we were talking about asses earlier. Trump, I don't know. Like he's up there in the donk category. You could like drink a cup of rattlesnake venom. It's not going to do anything because it's not a poison. It's just a venom.
Wait, I realized I don't know the difference.
So if something is poisonous, if you eat it or touch it, like those dart frogs, it hurts you. If something is venomous, that means when it bites you, hits you, you're getting hit with
has to get into your bloodstream.
Yeah. So you could eat a venomous snake and be okay. Because it's not getting in your, like, you'd be eating it.
On one hand, like, oh, okay, yeah. On the other, That's a lot to take from a comedy podcast. You're telling me I can drink venom?
I don't know if you should, but I think I imagine it's not cheap.
This
But
seems
like
like a really bad idea. What? Venom's not bad for you?
Isn't it like a thing in like Southeast Asia?
Get
where they
into
do
your
it?
blood if you eat and drink it? It seems like
no, it gets digested, I guess. Like it needs to go like right into your bloodstream to be like a neurotoxin or whatever the fuck. Because like you could, if you wanted to, you could just wolf down like a handful of brown recluse. As long as they don't bite you on the inside of your mouth, you're gonna be okay. That'd be disgusting, though. Those things are horrible. I have so many fucking brown recluse in my house. I hate it. I'm trying to get rid of them. Venom are generally not toxic if swallowed. Okay, nice. I imagine you'd have to drink a shit ton of it into the tissues that are.
What if you drank venom all the time to build your venom resistance? Would that work?
I don't think that would work. I think you'd have to you'd have to inject yourself with teeny tiny bits of venom over time, right? So that your body, when you did get bit, it'd be like, oh, I know how to handle that. You're a retard. You've stabbed me with this. You've worked all your life towards a worthless endeavor. You're like the guy from Princess Bride. Like that's basically what it was.
It was. I don't know why you said worthless endeavor. I bet
Kyle knew this.
It did save his life. Yeah.
Kyle, what's the difference between venom and poison? A venomous animal and a poisonous animal.
The injection with fangs. The venom is in like snakes. They have venom in their fangs. Like a toad makes poison that like excretes from its skin.
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. Woody learned.
Can you drink venom?
Can you?
Sure. Does it hurt you?
Should you?
If you drank rattlesnake venom, it would definitely hurt you.
Wouldn't kill you, like if it bit you.
No, venom is generally not toxic if swallowed. It must be injected under the skin into tissues that are normally protected by skin in order to be toxic.
Pretty cool.
I just think your mouth, you'd absorb some sublingually. It's just such a porous barrier. And I saw them take like human blood and inject and put rattlesnake venom in it today on Reddit, and it like clots up and turns blood instantly to this goo. It's
but that's gross. In your veins. In your stomach, it would just get digested.
I'm just thinking in your mouth.
Yeah, but if there isn't, if you had enough and it wasn't like breaking down by your stomach acid, it could fuck you up.
I just think having it in your mouth, it's deadly venom in your mouth.
Yeah, but it's dead. You said you knew the difference, and now here we are.
The thing is, Kyle won me over with the sublingual absorption because there are drugs you take sublingually.
That was convincing.
Yeah,
it's like, well, you can take anything through like any mucus membrane. That's why like shoving drugs up.
I mean, that's my concern. That I got like I was just in the other room, like getting a soda, and I was like, I got a little cut in my mouth right there, huh? Like literally just now, I have a cut on the inside of my mouth right here where I like bit my lip or something like that. I don't know. I should not be drinking rattlesnake venom. Like it's gonna get in there.
We'll hold off that tonight then. Wait
until your mouth's all
spick and span. Heals up, and then I'll do some shots of. I'm so afraid of rattlesnakes. Like that, I'm actually afraid of. I didn't think I was. I'd never been afraid of snakes until I saw one in person up close, and I was just like, oh my god, they're that big. Like it's so big around. It's huge. I think of it, a snake is like this little garden hose motherfucker. And they're like this big wad of muscle with a deadly end. And it looks at you and it's like, come on, motherfucker, let's go. Let's fucking go. They look like Nate. They look like 5th round Nate Diaz. They look at you with hate in their eyes. They're just like, you want to fucking go? Because I'll die to kill you. They have so much hate in those little beady fucking snake eyes.
We have ones in Tasmania called tiger snakes, and they are so fucking aggressive. Right? Like,
are they poisonous?
Crocodile, dude,
or venomous?
Your whole little, of course. Yeah, the tiger.
Everything
snake.
in Australia is venomous.
No, the tiger snake is. Oh, you just pat him on the head. No, of course they're.
I don't know.
The crocodile hunter. I remember he did like the 10 deadliest snakes in the world. He was going to go grab them, pick them up, and show them to you. And he didn't even have to travel much. He had like 8 of the 10 are at his hometown.
Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
he had to go to like Africa to find 1 or 2, and then maybe Bolivia or something. I don't know.
Then all the rest are in Australia.
All the rest are in Australia.
Yeah, well, these don't look fun, and so they're aggressive. They'll charge at. Well, not. They'll slither at you.
Although tiger snakes,
right for us.
Yeah, they fucking hate. Yeah, they hate people. They like if you, especially when you're like cutting wood out in the bush, you're like, they're just chilling out, and then they'll just be like, "Fuck you, dog!" Just come at you,
just charge you. Ugh. Well, that's evil. They should kill them. I can't imagine they're productive. Like they're doing anything.
Yes, they
maybe they kill like an
pests.
equally poisonous or venomous bug. Maybe that's their diet.
Or maybe they mice that spread disease or something.
Yeah, who knows?
You never know. I always hear that stat where like sharks kill like 4 people a year, and we kill like 100 million sharks a year. And I'm thinking, that ratio isn't, and that ratio is not nearly high enough for my taste.
Absolute human W.
The shark news just looks like American news about school shooting. It's like another shark died today. Thoughts and prayers go to that shark's family.
Next. We need to do something. We can't just let these humans keep killing
outlaw beaches.
Stop going so close to the beach. Look at you.
I just don't care. Like what happens if all the sharks die?
I can't imagine it would lead to anything good.
We'd be overrun with tuna.
No! I honestly don't know what happens if they all die. Like I'd love for a marine biologist or someone like that.
Well, of course they're going to say it's bad. They'd be out of a job.
Well,
right?
Would there just be more other fish for them to like? Why is the shark so goddamn important? I was telling them that the ratio of sharks to human deaths a year is 4 to 100 million or something like that. And I still don't think that number's high enough. Like I wish we could get the human deaths halved and maybe double the shark deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many sharks are out there that we can kill 100 million of them a year and they're still coming?
We just need one big shutout year where we go zeros.
Larger fish like gropers and stuff like that, which aren't good for eating, just like fuck up all the other fish. So they're like they keep the larger predatory fish that we don't eat.
I don't think I really care what happens to the ocean. I see those
Groupers
beaches sometimes covered in trash, and I'm like, I like it the way without the trash.
So sharks eat other big fish, huh?
Yeah,
but we eat those big fish too, right? We eat tuna and grouper, and
it does seem like if we got rid of the top of the food chain, then we just have a new top of the food chain, and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Well, let's kill all those sharks.
Let's try it.
I don't think there's any reason.
They seem to struggle with nets and hooks.
They fuck up the coral reef as well because there's less herbivores than the microalgae expands and the coral can't grow.
Interesting.
So then it's just the whole ocean just becomes algae.
I wish they were tasty. Like I remember watching Gordon Ramsay eat shark fin soup, and he was like, "It's not even
sharks fuck up the coral reefs, right?"
No. So the sharks eat the shit like groupers. And the groupers eat the herbivores, and the herbivores eat the algae. So without the sharks, then the algae would just. Yeah.
Then the herbivores would run. I'm sorry. Then the groupers would run wild, eating all the herbivores.
Yeah, and then there'd just be fuckloads of algae, which would kill everything.
Okay, they seem pretty important now that you said that.
I always wanted to like chum up some sharks and then shoot them with a gun.
I'm hearing kill sharks and groupers, and the problem is solved.
Yeah, do that.
Well, grouper's a tasty fish. I don't know what you're talking about when you said nobody eats grouper earlier. Lots of people like grouper.
Well, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know.
I like flounder.
Sounds like an American thing.
Flounder's good. Yeah,
flounder's good. Nice flaky white fish.
Flounder's great. Yeah.
Most fish are pretty good. You don't like catfish, I know. You think it's not a quality fish, and it's not a quality fish. That's why you fry the shit out of it. It's good.
I like catfish a lot. I
must be confusing.
With fucking lemon and tartar sauce and shit. Yeah, it's delicious.
Hush puppies, some green onions,
all those things. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
I like that shit. I don't know. I'm not huge into fish though, so if like there weren't any more, I think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm not huge into swimming in the ocean because I don't want to die to a shark. I know the chances are very low, but I just don't want to be a part of that.
Also, that water's salty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They need to do something about that before I'm getting in there.
It stings my eyes, man. I don't like
it. Does sting your eyes.
Yeah.
It's not very clear. They need to make it clear and not salty. Like a pool.
Like a pool.
Mm.
I don't know why anyone would get in the ocean when pools exist.
Can we just fill the ocean with chlorine?
Yeah, we should.
That would
just make a nice. Now everyone can just have a nice, healthy swim,
You
and that chlorine is going to make sure that we don't
algae
have that pesky algae problem we were having. Yeah,
Yeah, and we have more sharks and groupers.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to find like a chlorine meteor in space to get enough to do anything with it. Sending Team 5 of the chlorine miners in memory of the first 4.
Yeah, maybe I would like the ocean more if I'd grown up closer to it and I had done more stuff on it. But I hate it. The idea of going to the beach like stresses me a little. It's like,
Yeah.
The beach is nice. You don't have to get in. You can just enjoy the beach.
I'll get sand
my
on
grandfather and my auntie drowned, and so every time I'm like there, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm fine.
How did they drown?
So my
were they
cousin,
together?
Yes, yeah. So my auntie was swimming, and then my cousin was swimming, and then got caught in a rip, and then my grandfather and my auntie swam out together, and my grandfather brought her back, and then swam back out to save my auntie because she was struggling. They both drowned. So I'm like, I'm good. 1991. So
I really wanted you to say yesterday so bad.
Yesterday. No.
Oh, I guess it was about noon.
It's funny because my great granddad drowned as well, and so I'm just like, nah, that's a curse. I am not fucking going on the ocean.
Yeah, smart man. You shouldn't be rolling the dice. Is your dad
it's weird,
a swimmer?
But my dad is like really into the ocean. Like he builds racing yachts. And has had times before. He had a racing yacht capsize and got washed like fucking like 100 kilometers and got picked up by a ferry. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I remember talking to him about it, and he's like, I wasn't worried. I could tread water forever. And my gran was there at dinner, and my gran's like, that's what your father said.
Holy shit!
Wow, that's a dark turn, gran. Thanks,
Gran, just coming from the top rope. That's what your stupid father said.
Yeah. So they love it, and like my mum and dad have a boat, and they go out all the time. I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Your dad's dancing with the devil here.
He is.
I can't believe the kind of risks that he takes in his profile, in his lifestyle. It's not cool.
Yeah,
I mean, but Woody, if you had a history of aviation deaths in your family, we'd say the same thing. Your father, like if your grandpa was the guy who was doing that pedaling thing with the spiral on top and the black and white, which is going up, kind of shaking it, and that killed him.
Yeah.
Where are the worst locals of anywhere you've met? Like the worst, the most unpleasant people. Like even if the place they live is great, the people themselves, where to avoid.
I think I can't really name
Elena,
a place.
why don't you take this
No, I can't really name a place right now, but what I'm about to say will probably help me lead to my own answer. The places where people sort of disrespect you is where you don't know their language, you know, and you sailing, you go from country to country, people speak different languages, you can't be expected to know every single language, so they just sort of look down on you for not being able to speak the language. We do a lot of charades. So I've found that those countries, which I can understand.
That's like every country we've ever been. Bite the bullet and tell them a place that you didn't like the people.
Even if it's America.
It wouldn't be,
I
though.
would probably say, you know what? I loved Cape Verde. It's a bunch of islands off Africa. It's very isolated, very different from anything I've ever experienced before. It's a very new sort of culture. As a girl, I found it very uncomfortable walking around by myself. The men were very aggressive with how they approached you. I'd been followed around by men when Riley wasn't with me.
I don't know if you've been to either Portugal or I think Argentina and Brazil do it as well. They've got this thing where they hiss. So if they, and this is how, like, it's a cultural thing and that's cool, but it doesn't really, when they're doing it to foreigners, it's really...
They hiss at you?
It's very abrasive when you hit, like, it's...
And at first I was like, is this,
what
is
fuck
that
is
noise?
happening
And
here?
I realized it was coming from these men's
So
mouths.
what does the hiss indicate? Like, I'm down if you are, or like...
Yeah, it's the equivalent of honking a horn or something in Western.
But
that's what they do because they don't have cars. Not very receptive girls to catcalling. What is that? Is it a bug?
So yeah, I found that very uncomfortable, and it's a place, well, certain islands in Cape Verde I will not go back to, the ones that were more built up, and it's sort of like they're sort of confused, like there's the American influence, like they've got the music, they've got the
My question for you is why you're so kind about this. You're like, it's a very lovely place. A little rapey, but otherwise nice.
Because I try and see it from their perspective, like I'm a white girl in their country. They don't see tourists very often. It's not a place that many people go to. Like there's not regular flights going in and out. It's more.
Let me stop you there.
Place.
Do you think if a green person showed up nearby me, I wouldn't be like, I don't see a lot of green people.
I want some green pussy. Come on.
right. Like I wouldn't just get rapey because there was somebody new to me.
Come on, break off some of that green pussy.
I don't know.
No, because where they are in their culture, a girl would turn around and maybe hiss back, and
I like to think she'd growl.
That's how they propagate.
I'd like to think she'd take the dog roll, like a grrr, and just cut that short. No,
it's awful. I hate this. I hate that. Why are you giving them that benefit of the doubt? Fuck them. They shouldn't be hissing at you. Because like you said, if they came to your country, if a beautiful woman from their country came and walked down an Australian beach, there wouldn't be a bunch of Aussies hissing at them. They wouldn't be over there slamming Fosters and hissing at the brown chick. That wouldn't happen because you're decent people.
Okay, but that might be to do with the level of education that they're lacking. It could be to do with a whole bunch of different reasons, which,
Wow, still apologizing for the rapey
no
culture over there.
Not the rapist yet.
I'm not gonna lie. It's very.
No one raped
up.
anyone. No one got raped.
Like I hate it, and I'm not. I don't know.
You should hate it.
Can't hate these.
That's a shitty thing to do to someone.
No, but you can't travel. You can't travel into those countries and expect for things like that not to happen. And if you're going to get upset every time it does, then you shouldn't travel.
I went to Puerto Rico, and every step of the way, I felt like they were trying to rip me off constantly, just nonstop, like rip me off. They'd be like, all right, there's 4 of you, and we normally charge $2 a person, but we'll just, group package 10. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't do 4 times 2? Like, every step of the way, they were just, a lot of times it was math mistakes. Sometimes it was, I don't know, just.
Yeah, they do take advantage of you.
They just every step of the way. And I still, and then, so I went there for this. I was a collegiate swimmer, and we would walk to the pools. And I swear, if the girls weren't with all the guys, they'd be in real danger. Like the guys were like hanging out of their cars and honking and slowing down at like when they shouldn't be, And
on the whole education thing, my friend Jeremy, who can barely read and write, would treat you like a complete gentleman if he met you for the first time. I guarantee it. There's no one I know who's less educated.
You mean he wouldn't throw in even one rape hiss?
No hisses? No hiss? He would be a complete gentleman. It's definitely a cultural
I don't hiss
thing.
at women I'm unfamiliar with.
Look, sometimes there are cultures. Sometimes there are cultures of assholes, and I mean, nobody has a problem saying the French are assholes because they're white. Nobody has a problem saying the French Canadians are assholes because they're white. But every time some brown people maybe do something that we're not comfortable with, we're like, oh, there's poor impoverished guys. Fuck, if only they had more, they would know not to do this to us.
When you describe it like that,
no more white guilt for me. I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
So
I don't
do you
like
think if you gave them more money, they would just be Saudi Arabia? Attacking and using better weapons?
You just took down an avenue I wasn't prepared for.
Here we go.
I'm going to stand on what I said, and I'm going to let you go now.
No, not walking down. Little training camps.
I stepped out as far to the ledge as I care to go at this moment.
Sissy.
No, I want to see this hill that you're both dying on. Keep going.
I just don't like that. I don't like apologizing for rude behavior of others. I don't like rude behavior.
No, you're right. It's condescending too, because then it's like, oh no, he didn't know what he was doing. Like he's, we're people. Like
meanwhile, those guys are back there. Like, you see that man? I fucking hissed at her. I gave her that, and they're like, yeah, but man, you got her good.
You guys have. I don't know. Each of you, if you have done this yourselves, but you guys have been out of the country, you've experienced different cultures, and you know the difference between yours and another country. These people have never left the island they've lived on their whole lives. They don't know any different. They barely have TVs, They don't have a radio. Their music that they listen to is like from the So Fresh CD of freaking 1990. I wasn't even born in 1990, but you know, it's very old shit. They're so far behind, and
Rape was
I
not
just can't
okay in
expect them to
1990 either.
No.
If they're jamming out to some 1890, I think it's a Bach, then I could get on board. But no, like just because they're jamming to Vanilla Ice doesn't excuse their actions.
No, but all they did was hiss, and we found it offensive. But they may or may not have considered it offensive when they were doing it. I'm sure that some of them did, and they may have taken it out of control.
There's also alcohol abuse. There's a lot of different things going on. They're not. There's
a whole group of dudes called the Groggers. There's this thing there called grog,
it's alcohol,
and
it's made sugar cane. It's brutal.
Honestly, I've been to a few places and they're like, have the alcohol here, you know, you'll have 2 shots and you'll be passing out. You have 2 shots of this stuff and you are spastic.
We do not remember a thing.
We were driving the tender home and going around in circles, and we jumped on this other French dude's boat and he was naked, and then we jumped off again, and then we went to this other place, and there was...
Anyway, the alcohol there is it's just
for real.
It's the good stuff.
It's like toxic.
There's something else in there.
Yeah, maybe there is.
We have a bottle of it on board, but I don't think we're going to open it.
We're too scared to open it.
Save that for a special occasion. You know.
Taylor, I know this is kind of out of place for them because they don't know who this guy is, but I had this funny idea of you calling a poison control place as Quebble Cop and trying to explain to them that you'd been drugged. But every time they ask what drugs you took, you're like, no, I didn't take drugs.
I don't have to do this. I only have the drug that they gave me. Like Quebble Cop is one of our Danish friends, and I make fun of him sometimes because he takes drugs and then pretends that he didn't know the drugs were in whatever he was eating. Like what he'll do is he told us this story of like, oh yeah, I was at this party and I got drugged, and we were like, oh, that's crazy, man, because he's in somewhere where weed is legal, and we were like, what happened? Like, he just fed you something you didn't know? And he's like, no, they tell me that they're drugging the cookie, and so I go over and I ate the cookie. It's like, wait, so you didn't get drugged at all. He gave you a cookie full of drugs and said, here's the drug cookie.
No, that's not exactly it.
Yes, I eat the drug cookie.
The way the story actually goes is, like, someone gives him a cookie, and he, for whatever reason, he has a suspicion it's a pot cookie, and he's like, is this a pot cookie? And they're like, oh no, it's not. And he's okay, and then he eats the whole cookie.
All those huge house parties you go to where there's just trays of normal baked goods laying around. You know, all those you go to. Like, no, of course you're throwing a big rager and there's a tray of, snickerdoodles on the counter. Something's up. You know?
I liked that a lot. I really like.
I like him a lot.
His accent makes everything funnier.
Oh yeah,
you do it so well. I love listening to you do his accent. I like listening to you do his accent better than having him on the show. I would prefer it if you just did the accent for like 20 minutes a show, and then we don't even need Quebble Cop.
So we never have to have him back as a guest. I'll just pretend to be him, once every 3 months. And
I'd love that.
I like having him as a guest.
I'd like you to do like a Euro look when you're Quebble Cop, though, like really slicked back hair, like
a mesh shirt. Something
yes, like Mac, something with the nipples showing. I like that. Nips and hips, baby. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very tight jeans. I don't have any tattoos. I think that's European, right?
I don't know.
When we were in Bonaire, that was a Dutch island, and there was we met this guy that recognised us, and he was saying to us, "Oh, you must have lots of fun on the boat."
Yeah.
You must really enjoy the bouts.
They add like 6 extra vowels in the beginning. That is that 3 or 4 A's? Yeah.
I'd like to hear this. Who is it? Quebble Cop.
Mm-hmm.
Quebble Cop. Yeah. Really cool guy.
Yep.
Yes.
I was referring to another little lady. Maybe.
Oh Jesus!
A little high.
Fuck her and her pepperoni nipples. I'll never renege on that. I love the word renege.
So nice.
You should hit it with an E, because it's an E there.
We had a couple on Sailing La Vagabonde.
Renege.
They were good on the show, actually. The husband, you fit right in and roll with the punches. The wife, who's very nice, like a dime too, horrified the whole time by every inappropriate joke and
social justice warrior, defending rapist kind of lady.
Yeah,
that's what they're known for doing.
Kyle,
rapists,
rape is part of their culture.
Yeah.
Would you open your mind a little bit?
Yeah, we was on this island and all these rapists was hissing at me, and it's part of their culture. It is.
All these fucking rapists.
Yeah, they want a bit of rape. Who doesn't?
And I'm just like,
There's something about the Australian accent. I bet if they were start bandying about the N-word, it would seem even more offensive. You know, just the way they speak, the way they say it. Yeah.
God, I'm so tempted.
They would hit
So-
that eye so hard.
No, I don't regret. I don't regret anything I said about her and her big old gigantic pepperoni nipples because they're super gross. But I shouldn't have said all that stuff I said about her husband and his spinal injury, and how he was potentially going to be a paraplegic, and how due to that I would fuck her then, because I wouldn't fuck her with those big pepperoni nipples.
I mean, you have
Pepperoni's not even
That
that
was a
large.
lie, and I try to be honest.
He's giving her a hard time again because it horrifies me. She's really nice, and the
Jesus Christ,
the nipples he was talking about are fine, but he saw a picture of her breastfeeding.
Areola, stop me.
And they're they're darker when you're breastfeeding. They go back to normal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's no repairing that. So they yeah, so I created this whole like this board to rate things on how like good I thought they were, and I was like, I give that. I had these huge pepperonis, and I'd slap them on this big poster board. I give that 5 pepperoni nipples.
Was it in front of the woman, or was
No,
the woman
I
on
should
with
have
you
been
guys?
though. She'd have cried
Okay.
probably. No,
Okay.
no, she wasn't on the show at the time. But yeah, she like uploaded a picture to Instagram of her like breastfeeding her.
Is that where that came from? I always assumed it was private Patreon content.
God damn, that would. I mean, I'd pay extra for that.
$20 a month. You can watch a tit feed my little mongrel there.
He's got a little wheelchair, just like me.
That seems like a word that they would use to like
watching Woody's eyes. I only say these horrible things to watch Woody's reaction. They're horrible, horrible things. I don't mean them. So yeah, she's got these huge, gigantic nipples, and they're
Unacceptable.
super gross.
I need to see it.
Unacceptable.
Like if I can find it.
Gargantuan, like big.
Yeah.
Like don't think pepperonis. Think like salami slices. Like so big, and it's
Yeah.
not like just way over the top. Like
I
like
don't remember it being like, but I also, yeah, I don't know, maybe
disgusting.
my
I feel like if I
memory's
looked at them right now, I'd vomit a little. So,
Jesus Christ.
and so yeah, I don't know. We did a drinking episode,
You're right back.
and like we're a little like shitty on this show, I guess. Like I try to make people laugh, so I say horrific things sometimes.
It's
So,
good.
yeah.
We're
But
being silly.
I'm trying to be
It's-
silly. People take it personally sometimes. You just know I mean like 5% of the things I say. I just want to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom 5% is what Kyle means. Yeah.
The worst 5%. That's me.
Yeah.
So like but occasionally I can't do it now because I'm on fucking federal probation, but we
Mhm.
do these drinking episodes in the past, and I don't want to be a bitch, you know. Like I'm if I'm gonna show up and drink for 4 hours, then
Yeah.
I should not remember the last half hour of the show,
Mhm.
Yes.
and I didn't.
Mm.
I got so fucking I drank a fifth of vodka, and then I opened a second fifth of vodka within a 4-hour period, 3.5
Yeah, he was
hour
the
period.
MVP of that evening.
And this large areolid woman's husband had recently like taken a bad fall in real life and hurt his spine, and was potentially going to be maybe disabled, like a paraplegic. And so they told me I did this the next day. I didn't remember it, but they told me apparently I went into this whole diatribe where I was using my terrible Australian accent, and I was like, "Hey, Elena," her name's Elena, his wife. "Maybe you'd like a man who can still walk on 2 legs. Yeah, yeah. Well, I could go for a little sail with you, not like that crippled husband of yours." And just saying the most horrific things that, like, I mean, that's a little over the top even for like my nonsense, and I felt bad. That's one of the few times I've actually genuinely apologized, because most of the time it's like, no, double fucking down, like double down, fuck your fragile feelings, like it's just a joke, just funny. It's meant to
Facts
be
don't
funny.
care about your feelings.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
I'm Ben Shapiro, and I lie about my height because it hurts my feelings otherwise.
Taylor, do you have improv training? Why are you so good at accents, you bastard?
I don't know. It's just fun. I remember because my mom, like my dad, will occasionally listen to this show, and like they heard some of the voices at one point, and like they were like doing that like reminiscing family thing, and they were just like, or my mom at least was like, "That is so funny." Because as a little boy, you would just walk around and do impressions and things. And I'm like, Mom, this is autism. This is some. I'm somewhere on that spectrum. I'm somewhere sprinkled in there, you know. But
You're talented, and I'll tell you what, it's marketable. You came out here, you'd be a groundling, dude. You could be making some money in the improv circuit, booking commercials. Maybe not with your African character, but the Australian and any white people you do, that could get you far.
New African condom.
I
always are not even there.
Do you know that water is supposed to be see-through? You probably did not know this. That is why I am bringing to you a Brita. You put the water in here and look at this. It looks so natural here, brown. You cannot see. There is little bit of fish feces in there. You pour through. Now it tastes like nothing, but it's better for you.
Dude, I want you to come out to LA and I want to do a video called The White African, where you dress with the little hat and the colorful garments, and I want the whole thing going on.
This is my friend Taylor. He's from South Africa, but I don't do the South African accent like this. I am from South Africa.
I want you to be from the Congo. I want it to be complete cognitive dissonance because
that is a bit of a deeper voice. Congo is more like this. Yeah,
being in the center of the continent does to you.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That would be good.
I was like 10 years old. We went on vacation to Gatlinburg, and I bought a boomerang, like an authentic fucking Australian wooden boomerang, and I was so goddamn psyched to throw it. But obviously, we're staying in a cabin up there. It's the woods, and then we're in like downtown. Can't throw it. Get back home. I sling that thing once. It goes off into the woods, never to be seen again. I went woo, 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 and it just went away. Come on.
You bought a frisbee, not a boomerang.
We never found it.
I did the same exact thing with the boomerang as a kid because I had seen like fucking Rescuers Down Under or some show where they were like masterfully using it. And I remember like 8-year-old me being like, the flat side in the palm of the hand, and it'll return to me. And then just throwing it and it going like 35 feet and just sticking into the ground. And being like,
it worked.
Like, I guess
it wasn't the boomerang that you're describing. It was a triangle.
I got one of those a few years ago. They're great.
Yeah, and I threw it, and it didn't always come right back to me, but it sometimes did.
More or less, it'll come back.
Mine was like just the curved, like hard plastic. It wasn't even wood.
So there's a little technique and finesse to throwing a boomerang that doesn't. It's not evident when you look at it.
How retarded those fucking abos are. That's the weapon they came up with.
That's a terrible weapon.
It's the worst.
It's like, what is it?
I refuse to believe that they could kill anything with it. I think it's a big fucking lie that they told white people.
And guess what? If you hit something with it, it's not coming back. Just throw rocks. If you have a successful boomerang hunt, it's not coming back to your hand anyway. It's laying there next to the dead gazelle.
In addition to that, if you miss it, it's not coming back. You need to throw it in a particular way to get it to come back.
You might as well use a rock. I'm with you.
It's not like I can throw it at a rabbit, miss the rabbit, and get a second shot. It doesn't reload.
All right, now here's where it might work. If you were throwing it full of boomerangs, if you were throwing a boomerang into a flock of birds, like repeatedly,
maybe
so that way you had something like coming and going through the flock.
How patient is this flock of birds?
Well, I imagine them swarming around you in a tornado.
So they're asking for it.
They're attacking. This is actually
they're curious about the boomerang and they want to be involved. Okay.
This is defend yourself from the birds of Australia who attack with no warning sometimes. But
you're right. The boomerang is a bullshit weapon. It doesn't even have like a blade on it or anything. It's just trash.
You know what's dumber than the boomerang?
Hold on, give me a sec.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm really trying
weaponry. I'll give you a clue. You have one.
Oh. No, a didgeridoo isn't a weapon.
How do we know? It's certainly not a musical instrument. What the fuck?
It certainly is. I have one right there.
Would you knock out a few notes for us?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, look here. He's been
free bird.
Free bird.
Oh, I love Master of Puppets. Fuck yeah. Sounds like a vuvuzela or whatever.
He's a little one note in his musical.
Yeah. I need to get a little higher with that.
It's like flickering in and out of existence.
I can hear his lips flapping.
Yeah, you can hear him.
It literally sounds like. But with more
Was this supposed to be defense of this as an instrument? I think he might have proved your point, Kyle.
Pretty good.
Better than
better than you thought. Hey,
How long you been
retard.
playing, man?
I dabble.
A little theory.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to berg.
I was saying that if Kyle was declaring that a didgeridoo is not an instrument, I have to say I don't think he did a great job defending its status as an instrument.
Speaking of, you can go fuck yourself for that. No, I thought I did a great job. Did you not hear the? Did you hang up on him? Bring him back in the mix. Did you not hear the distinct notes? The
I heard lip touching lip and some spit.
I heard you trying real hard.
I tried so well because there's not much you can do. It's just
so the Aboriginals.
This tiny little beeswax covered hole that doesn't even go across your whole mouth, and so like the only way to change it is to like purse your lips and go like wee woo wee woo as you're like blowing air through your lips. Wee woo.
You're under the impression.
I love how Josh gets
So the Aboriginals.
I do SpongeBob references all the time, and no one.
I have a very interesting story here. It happened to any of us.
Why do I think that won't be true?
Australian loses eyesight in Thailand as stripper pees on him. I got a link for you guys right here. Let me just get that on over.
Stripper pissed in his eyes. Did he request this, or did she like surprise him?
An Australian man holidaying in Thailand temporarily, lost eyesight after a stripper infected him with chlamydia. And a stripper infected with chlamydia urinated on his face during a party. Oh, it's got his name here. What the fuck?
Oh,
Brandon Clark.
I just scrolled so as not to show it. Brandon, I was your bro.
Dude, this is on BangkokJack.com. Everybody knows. Brandon
This is
Clark,
my homepage. Yeah.
he was partying with a group of friends in their hotel suite when one of the strippers unexpectedly performed the risque sex act on him. Clark told the Sunday Inquirer that he washed his face immediately, but by the next day, his eyes were red and painful.
But so he did request this.
No, unexpectedly performed the risque act.
But I mean, okay, maybe he didn't expect it. Maybe this was some bad friends.
Maybe that's just her show, right?
Taylor, where are you getting that he requested? Like, you keep insisting it and then dodging to different versions of the story where maybe he was still requesting
because
it.
To me, it's funnier if he requested it and I want it to be true.
Okay.
I want him to have requested, like, oh, give me that good juice. And then, like, she pisses all over his eyes. And then there's, like, like the same eye animation when a character in a cartoon gets high, where it, like immediately becomes red, where he just...
Well, who would have guessed that a stripper
burn
in
to blink.
Thailand had an STD? I mean, I couldn't have foreseen that.
Well,
you know what would be funnier is if like the part they're leaving out of this story is that it was a lady boy, and so that's why the accuracy was so on point.
No,
so, like she was able to aim with the penis so effectively.
You know what I imagine? I imagine they're doing some sort of a like bachelor party dance where he's perhaps laying on the ground and she's like standing over him dancing and like squatting down on his face a little bit, and then she just let loose the Yellow River and just blasted him right in the face with it.
The Yellow River's getting all kinds of airtime tonight. A group of friends. She was partying with, or he was partying with friends in the hotel suite. So I pictured it in a club, perhaps because there's a picture of her in the club, but that's not how it went down. It was in a hotel.
Why you
suite.
be such baby, pissy eye?
Just watch it off. Just so you guys know, if you may be into water sports yourselves. Some of the there's a lot of things that you can get from having someone piss in your eye. Some of these are the papilloma virus, which of course causes cancer, chlamydia, and a range of bacterial pathogens. All are potential sources of ocular adverse response. I like that verbiage.
That would suck to get throat cancer from eating some bad pussy.
That happens. Yeah,
I know. I'm saying, imagine something.
I told you that. I remember your reaction.
The shit out of me.
I remember your reaction when I told you that for the first time. Like, you can get throat cancer from eating some bad pussy. And you were like, no.
No, that can't be true.
I also choose that not to be true.
It absolutely is true.
Yeah. I choose what's true in my life, and that didn't make the cut.
I have a new topic.
Okay.
I saw this guy today.
He's Australian, and he's having a bit of fun with a new policy I guess they have at their banks there, where if you ask to make a withdrawal, hey, give me my money, they want to know what you're going to do with it. And so he shows up and he's like, yeah, I'd like to make a withdrawal, $5,000. Okay. What are you
Kyle, can you do the
with
voice while you're doing it, please?
I really can't. I don't feel like
Can you
pull
give
it
me
off.
like just a little effort there? Just try. If you can just the old college try.
I think that's South African. But
Hello there. I'd like to make a withdrawal.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
A few dollary dues there behind the counter there, ma'am.
There we go. That's a little effort.
Yes. You're better than you think, Kyle.
And she said, what you going to do with the money there?
And he says, why you got to ask? And she said, that's new policy. Yeah. And he says, well, it's actually, since you asked, it's for my ass. It's anal bleaching. They say I can get. See, I've completely lost it now.
You're doing great. We're proud of you.
I don't know why it's important for the bank to know. It's money.
I have to ask.
I've got to go to a beauty salon to bleach my arsehole.
Yeah, there we go.
There's a bleaching package. And yeah, they said you can make it up to 3 shades lighter.
They can get three shades of anal bleaching, for $4,000. That seemed like a good deal.
Hell of a deal.
So just every single person, he goes to multiple banks, I guess somehow. He must have deposited money so he could for his video. I don't know, but he gets multiple tellers. And it's just one embarrassing thing after another that he's doing with the money. He's hiring a hitman. He's paying off his wife, just whatever it takes. But I thought that was a really sort of, I don't like the way that feels, that they need to know what I'm doing with my fucking money. It's like, well, I was letting you collect interest on it and shit, but not anymore. I'm taking my money because I don't like your policy. I've got a mattress somewhere or whatever you do with your money, since the banks don't work. But yeah, they want to know what you're doing with your money. None of your fucking business.
Bizarre.
Is there a minimum to do that for them to ask that question? Because I know there's certain amounts
I don't
where
think so.
check if they have your loved ones at home at gunpoint and you're trying to take out a bunch of money. Sometimes they'll ask depending on the amount.
No,
but
I don't. Nah, like come on. It seemed he wasn't asking for huge amounts of money. Mostly, it was. I think he asked for 100 at one point, and it was, "What are you doing with it? What are you gonna do with it?" It's
like $100, £100, whatever.
Or
that's crazy.
Australian dollar reduce. Yeah,
Donating it to the Taliban. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that illegal? Like, and it's like, yeah, it's illegal. You're going to jail.
That's insane. I'd never go for that.
So I looked it up again. A few seconds of research. It looks like if you take out more than 10,000, the banks are required to tell the government why they made the withdrawal.
Well, that's
banks have taken it upon themselves. Oh, I'm with you. Banks have taken upon themselves to lower that amount to 2,000, where they ask you what you're doing with the money. And you don't have to prove it. You can obviously lie or whatever, but
keep in mind those are dollary dues, not as strong as the American dollar. So you might 2,000 is like nothing.
I $87. That. It's not that big a deal because you can just lie, but also it's another pet peeve of mine, and it's called the illusion of security. Right? In the same way, if I say, "Hey, Kyle, is there a bomb on your luggage?" That doesn't prevent any terrorist attacks. Yeah. It does zero. It's pretend security. It's security theater.
I guess you could charge me later for lying to a TSA official. That's all I see. Is like you lied on a form so they can get you for that later.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see that. Yeah,
it's like, well, you said your money was for anal bleaching, but we followed you. Turned out you just bought lunch.
You don't need to take a look at that.
It was for anal bleaching. Turnaround.
Like what?
It's a pretty brown asshole for someone who just spent $10,000 bleaching it, isn't it?
You were just making silly TikToks at our expense.
Now you treating me, an Australian police officer, like a fool? You think I don't know? You think I can't see a bleached ass versus a not bleached ass from 1 inch away? No? You think I can't taste the difference?
You tell me, Steve guy.
Property, like when you get out into the parts of Australia that are like not populated, is that property cheap?
Well, this one was so they brought it off like nature conservation. So there's a lot of where I am. It's like the old forests and stuff like that. The nature conservation efforts, they'll be like, you can buy this, but you can only build on like 1% of it, and then they'll sell it to someone really cheap on the stipulation that they only build on like 1% of it, but 1% of it you can build like a super mall because it's like it's like 1,200 acres.
Building a enormous house.
Yeah, 1% of 1,200 acres is 12 acres, which is a lot of building. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not enough to like fully like run like roads through it and shit like that. Like you can't.
Right. But like
you could build a large mall.
A mansion must be like a quarter of an acre. Like 12 acres is outrageous.
Yeah. I think it's just set up to stop people like running just like fucking trillions of houses through it to sort of preserve it. Because it's like right on the edge of a lake. And
could you buy like 1,200 acres in the middle of Australia? It seems like that should be, a little more than worthless and something you could get.
Not if there's a lake.
Well, it depends. Like some of it's pretty like it's pretty mountainous. Like it's great for like all driving and stuff, but you couldn't. Yeah, it depends. Like now would it be more expensive, but
like you can usually get property in like New Mexico for $800-900 an acre. So you could get like 20 acres for $9,000 if you want it.
What are you going to do in New Mexico?
Oh, you're going to die out there because there's no food or water because it's
yeah. I think I think it'd probably be worth like 500,000, like what he's got now. Probably more than that now. It depends.
Yeah,
like where it is. If like the stuff right next to the lake would be worth a lot more, but the stuff inland would be pointless because it snows and it's hard to run like trails and stuff. Like to run a road there, you just need a bulldozer and you just like plow through the trees, and then like every winter it just gets fucked up. And
I'm on Google Maps looking at Australia. So you're like, oh, cool, a lake in the middle of Australia. And then you switch it to satellite view, and there's no water in that lake.
You purchased a hole.
Yes, you purchased a temporary lake.
Yeah.
That's not what I call a lake.
If you use your imagination, you can imagine a lake.
There's a lake here a month a year.
Yeah. When I say Australia, though, like this is Tasmania, so it's a lot greener. Like it's not like desert. Like the middle of like Alice Springs, that place is a fucking dust bowl. Like that place is that's like New Mexico. Whereas Tasmania is like very green. So,
you're in like the Pacific Northwest kind of era of Australia, not by direction.
Yeah, it looks a lot more like Colorado, maybe. No, it's just very green, like down in Tasmania. So,
where's Tasmania?
Bottom right. It's an island. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Is there a lot of people who are tired of the Dust Bowl who moved to Tasmania? Or is it like not a lot of people move there from the mainland?
I think it's getting more and more popular because it's like one of those like, oh, let's get away from the hustle and bustle and ruin something else.
Tasmania looks super cool based on satellite photos. Is that where you live?
Yeah, so I live in Hobart, down the bottom right.
And all right, how cold is it there in the winter?
Usually gets like
it's going to be
4 or 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it is always.
Freedom units.
I know that's still cold.
Yeah, it's not super cold. I mean,
if it gets down to 4 or 5, then that must be like 40.
39.2. Oh, that's
add 32 and double it. Yes, ish. Yeah. Or double it, then add 32, I should say. And this sounds nice. Actually, I like this. You live in a nice place.
I think I'll move there.
I'm concerned about the bandwidth, though. It's the big thing.
Seems to be fun.
I'd be even worse at Tarkov if I played in Tasmania.
We have we get tested for like all of the rollout of like government projects and shit because we're like the smallest state. They always test it on us, so they're like, oh yeah, we'll roll out like gigabit fiber in Tasmania because there's like fuck all people there, and so all of us are like sitting here like watching fucking stepsister incest porn on our fucking 1 gig down connections in 8K.
You are really selling Tasmania to me. I'm all in, honey. We're moving.
Yeah.
How much? I was thinking about like I know obviously it depends like how much or what is on your lands, but like how much do you need to like be self-sustaining? If it's like let's say 10 people Like, do you need like a stream? You need a lake? Do you need a forest? How much land would you need to farm? Like, I was wondering that. Do you have any knowledge on that at all? Like obviously, like 10 acres probably couldn't do it.
Yeah, I have one. I think you'd be surprised because I have a mate who's really into that stuff, and he has like a tank that's got like trout in it, and then he does like aquaculture, like growing like fucking herbs and food for him and his wife. And it's not very much room, and it seems as though he's like completely self-sufficient, but he doesn't have like cattle, so he doesn't have red meat. But he has like chickens and stuff. I think that like once you get to like sheep and cattle and stuff, that's what takes up a lot of the land.
Does he have a way to make money?
Do you have a way of making money?
Yeah,
not legally.
You can get anything.
Not legally.
What is like if you mentioned his income source, but like you could just.
He has a job outside, but he just grows all of his own food and all of his own like herbs and stuff like that. And
herbs. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, little like basil and stuff.
yeah, sure. Like basil. That's
like basil.
Yeah, I mean,
like
you want to have like oregano pizzas and stuff,
Definitely not something you want through the mail. I'm imagining.
No, definitely don't send irregular people through the mail.
Again, yeah, but he does all that, and it's not actually that much room. Like he does quite well with a little bit of room, but he's really good at it though. Like he has like greenhouses and stuff, and he'll be like, "Oh, do you want some fucking pesto? I have like 95 pounds of pesto." It's like, what are you gonna do? That he's like, I don't know, I'll just freeze it, and then I have pesto for the rest of my life.
So he's taking care of like one ingredient at a time. All right, it's noodle season, so I'm doing my life.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it because I never grow anything. Like I planted some stuff and it was all dying, and then we got the dog, and then the dog dug the fuck out of the garden, and all the plants were like laying on their side, and then all of a sudden they started growing. So I assume he did something right, but I have no fucking idea what it was.
So it was going poorly, and your dog.
I'm a terrible farmer, but the dog is good.
Yeah, the dog was great at it, and then it got to winter, and then they all fucking died. So I have no idea what's going on.
I feel like being self-sufficient like that would be, if it's your jam and that's what you're really into, fine. But like, if it's something you're jumping into, I can imagine like it'd be fun until it's like day 400 and you're just like, I hate myself and I hate my life, and I'm have to go to the fucking carp farm again today and feed them, roach eggs or whatever the fuck you're doing. My pesto crop isn't coming in.
That's not like I just
the
get
worst
bored
part
of that.
is this is actually basil.
Yeah.
I thought this would be more fun.
Well, I thought I vastly overestimated the need in the market for pesto. I'll tell you that.
Turns out people use it on a salad once a month, and I have like a fucking stack of it.
Yeah.
But I asked him about it, and I'm like, so what's the deal? How do you like grow this shit? And he's like, to be honest with you, just plant fucking heaps and then just pull out the ones that die. And I'm like, because it's just a numbers game. He's like, yeah, pretty much. I mean, seeds don't cost anything. So.
Shotgun farming.
Yeah.
Like Tinder for farming. You just cast your net far and wide, and one every 10 says yes.
The fish thing seems like a good idea, because that doesn't.
Yeah, that stuff's a little bit more science stuff, because they're like, the fish eat the stuff off the plants and then shit, and that's nitrate for the. He's got a whole setup, but he's super into that. And the stuff that grows in there grows like super fast and. Stuff like that, so.
I guess now that you think about it, you can't just put them in water and hope.
I'll die again.
Fishing season next 4 days only, and they're going to be very slovenly on day 4.
The secret's out. Taylor is actually Dirty's girlfriend, and that's how he raises fish.
Oh, yeah. Well, he should not be in charge of raising fish.
I think he worked out some like ridiculous scheme where if you could open up this like trout fishery part for people to fish in, then you could get a certain amount of fish from the government to repopulate your trout farm. As in, like, oh, this is a local trout fishing spot. It's just like a fucking tank in his backyard. And so he's just like, yeah, people can fish in the tank if they want. I mean, no one's ever come to fish, but the government just gives me like fucking 100 trout every year. And so like he just goes there with a water tank and they just dump a fucking shitload of trout in, and then he brings it home and then he just uses them for his aquaculture farm and then just eats them.
That is a good little scheme he's cooked up.
Yeah. It cost him like nothing.
I think someone came to fish though. I'm picturing children with Fisher Price rods.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, I'm gonna rock up like wearing waders and like a fucking hat with hooks and shit on it, and then
show up with a net. Like I've never had luck like this before.
There's a government inspection. You're putting your hat on. There to get in there.
But it's like a tank it's like a tank under his house. So you just be like dropping a fucking like fishing line into this like hole that's like this big, and just be like, oh, like he reaches in there with his hand and just like grabs them. So it's like.
Yeah.
So
have you seen how they populate lakes with fish where they fly that plane over? I can't believe that they live. Like it seems like a brutal fall. I guess they're made to
fall from the air into the.
But I mean, your theory is fish are built for flying, like dropping from airplanes?
No. Obviously not.
It's evolution.
I'm making up my theory right now as I'm talking, and it is that the fish are built to slice into the water, and so we would fall to our deaths. But because they just fire right in, and it probably just wakes them up.
They right themselves like cats. They hit at the right angle. Probably.
Yeah, it's aerodynamics. Don't you understand? Like,
aerodynamics.
I don't understand.
Then immediately becoming hydrodynamics.
Right? Yeah.
That probably.
I wonder how significant the differences are between those.
I don't know.
Like, would a wing that generates lift have to alter very much at all to be ideal for water?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
I don't think so, because they have those hydro.
Not exactly the same.
On the
it's not for cavitation.
Have you seen those hydrofoils that like make the craft like basically like levitate above the water, because there's like basically an inverted wing like going under the surface?
Yeah,
those are cool.
I've seen those.
Oh, it's neat.
Yeah. There's more resistance in water, but when you do like as far as I know, I'm not a physicist, but as far as I know, when you make something it's liquid, there's a certain type of science, but it's like pretty much the same.
Acceleration, force,
all those things. Just
physics.
Aside from I think cavitation, where like you like propellers, where they have like fucking they cause bubbles in the water that like fucks up stuff underwater. You don't have that in the air.
There's some other differences too.
You don't need big wings.
It has to do with the viscosity and something called a Reynolds number. My friend tried to explain it to me, but I wasn't smart enough to understand. But he has a master's in fluid dynamics, and he's a paragliding pilot. So when the air blows over a mountain, it behaves similar to the way that water would flow over a rock. But to him, the minute differences are very important, and it's actually a pet peeve that, when anyone says, "Oh, imagine it's water," he's like, "No, nay, water."
I was you fool.
Yeah. I was. I'm sorry for being the layman. My bad.
What's the TV show, the website with the gossip? I have like TNT in my head, but TMZ, thank you. Did you see the shark attack on TMZ like this week?
Yes. This dude just swimming and goes under for a second, and then kind of part of a body comes back up.
So did he die? TMZ, it was a little blurred out. Yeah.
Oh, and when you're floating face down and half your body's missing, odds ain't so great.
I must have seen a blurred version, but what was remarkable to me was the blood, because I just saw a blurred version, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is a shark attack." And in my head, like, if someone's in that much trouble, you contemplate helping, but the shark is ripping him apart. All you can do is give the shark more food. Like you can't do anything against a giant shark that's eating a person.
And if you look at I'm sure I can picture this. I haven't seen the video. I'd love to see this video, but like the amount of blood is like, I imagine you, Woody, like as a pro, you would be like, "Oh, that individual is already dead. I'm not going in there." Dude, that doesn't make sense.
The whole I want to say like a 12-foot diameter circle turned pink and red.
It's insane.
Like it was outrageous.
Even if you do go in, what are you going to do? I mean, it'd take you 10 minutes to get there because you move like a turtle in water.
And you're gonna rescue a dead body.
You can see it here if you click on this. I don't think we can show it to the viewers, but it is outrageous. If someone's being attacked by a right? If someone's being
isn't
attacked
a shark
by
attack.
it is a shark.
This is a man being eaten. He's very much dead. This is a shark feeding. Like the man's been dead, right?
Well, he wasn't dead till he met the shark.
This doesn't even look like an area. This doesn't even look like an area of the beach that you would swim out to.
Really? That caught my attention too. Is he a surfer or something?
There's no beach there. There's no waves to surf. Like, what is he doing?
Coral, right?
And now look at that. Look at how quickly all the seagulls descend on his dead corpse to eat him.
At 36 seconds, you can see how like bloody the water is. It's outrageous.
So you can see, like, I think what that is, Woody, is that the shark like surging upward with the body and then like turning back down.
Or just
you see some sort of something.
Oh, that is a big shark, eh?
Yeah. And like, so what I was trying to say is like, if a person's getting attacked by a pit bull, any one of us could do something, right? We could hit the pit bull. We could dissuade it from continuing the attack. We could probably stop it. We could hit it with a stick. Like I probably got a multi-tool in my pocket. Like there are things we could do. This shark, I have nothing that catches this shark's attention.
They're saying at least 13 feet.
A 13-foot shark. That's more than twice as tall as me.
Yeah, they're saying at least 13.
Probably heavy too.
Heavy as shit.
Probably 4 times my weight.
Have you guys ever touched sharks, dolphins, big water animals, big fish?
Yeah.
They're like strong and muscular. Like when they hit you, you just bounce.
If you move your hand the wrong way on like a shark, even like a nurse shark, you can feel like
a cat's
just ancient scales of armor. Like you this way totally smooth. This way you're like, oh, no wonder they're so fucking tough. There's just a layer of like enamel and cartilage or whatever it is surrounding them.
And it's an 800-foot muscle just moving through the water.
Pound. Yeah. They're terrifying. And like for some reason, like those hippies told us that we couldn't kill them anymore. So like now there are just so many out there.
That is not true. The sharks are going extinct.
They're saying that not only are there more sharks now than there have ever been at any time in the planet's history. This is a PKA fact. But they're saying that now these sharks, because of the hormones and the people they're eating, are a much larger, aggressive shark.
I believe you made that up.
No, I believe it. You know, milk is making girls hit puberty at 9, and then the sharks are eating the girls hitting puberty at 9.
It all comes full circle. The reason that Wings is in all of this hot water, and the reason we have these shark attacks is the hormones in the milk. Okay, the hormones.
Because he's a dumbass who has the PR skills of Harvey Weinstein. I know about Australia. The reason they don't have all the bad news is because there's like 4 cities there, and they're all 1,000,000 miles away. It's like a transcontinental
You're from
flight.
Missouri.
Wait, what's that got to do with it?
You have 2 cities, and they're both trying to leave your state, and you're throwing stones.
No, they're solidly in the state.
No,
if they wanted to be in Kansas, they could be there.
They named themselves after Kansas.
That's
what's the state? What's the city name I'm thinking of?
We just call it city.
Kansas City, and it's like halfway in Kansas somehow. I don't understand that part.
No, Woody, it's not half. It's way more in Missouri. It's only the really nice, wealthy areas that are in Kansas. Take that. The shitty parts are all here.
St. Louis is jumping into the river trying to get out the state.
That's the opposite. If we could change the name of East St. Louis to like Illinois town, that would be good. Like remove that from our responsibility.
They can have it. Okay,
yeah, that's the worst one. They just lose population every year, and it's like I don't know what they have over there. Every once in a while, I'll see news where it's like East St. Louis football team goes to national championship, and I'm like, I get it. Like a lot of rough and tumble fellas over there. Not a fun place to grow up, I would imagine.
Shrinking populations destroy a city. Like the tax base is shrinking, the population shrinks, it makes everyone want to leave, and it's a cycle that just continues, ruins it.
Yeah. Well, there's just so many shootings there that like once someone makes enough money to leave, they're like, I'm out. like no reason for me to like I'm gonna open a like eatery here. No, no one's gonna come here, and when they do, they're gonna like break something. Not a good time.
Yeah,
What's the most dangerous city in Australia?
Not that dangerous.
What is the most dangerous city?
I'm trying to think. Like, what is even comparable to that?
It's probably some.
You know what? Honestly, I am going to say where I
wildlife.
live, but that I would say that, wouldn't I? But it's like, look, it's not. It's not intense like that. I think that there's sort of just that's old school Italian mafia. Everyone knows their place.
Look at you flexing on us. My house never got burnt down. The guy's like, it's actually kind of nice here aside from the fire bombs.
But there's not like one city in Australia that people bully where they're like, careful, Darwin's a real shithole. Or
how do you know about Darwin? Even I forgot about Darwin.
Wouldn't know.
Impressed. Yeah, that's probably it. I don't want to live in Darwin. Darwin's not a town. It's like a port. That's what it is.
It's on the far north, isn't it?
It's just it's like a strategic location more than anything. It's kind of just subsidized by the government to keep it going, so that you've got some nice transit path to Indonesia that's not too far away. Like no one wants to live there. It's kind of like a really poor DC or something. I'm imagining that's what happens.
Have you ever been there?
People just live there huh?
Have you ever been there?
Oh many times.
Oh.
Many times.
How
and
big
it's kind of
is
fun.
Australia? Can you drive across Australia? How long did it take?
I mean, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Trucks do it. It's like pretty much like Mad Max Furiosa, though. Like it's.
I've seen it. I've seen the road trains. But how long is the drive?
2 days, I reckon.
From Darwin to Melbourne is 37 to 42 hours of driving.
About Colorado to East Coast.
Really?
More than that.
What, you can't go across the United States in 2 days?
It took no, because it
would be a haul.
It took me
It's
like
over 3,000 miles.
hours to drive drive time from like St. Louis to Boise, and that's like two areas that aren't even close to the coast yet.
Yeah, it's an eighth of the planet.
Yeah, the U.S. is really wide.
Okay.
Better to fly unless you're a Midwest master race, and then I know people who are like, "What are you talking? You're going to buy a plane ticket? You're going to go through security? It's only 17 hours."
Zach, can you do the thing where you drag Australia on top of America so we can see the size comparison?
I always thought it'd be comparable, but there you go.
It's pretty close. I think they've got us
not
north to
population-wise,
south.
obviously, or anything in it, because it's all desert. There's nothing.
America's pretty empty, and a third of it too.
Really?
We just do lower 48.
Just east of the Rockies. Yeah.
But like you can go into the center of America and you can grow corn, right?
Yeah.
For sure. That's where
they're
we grow
really
it.
good at that.
They're good at that.
They grow a lot of stuff there. That's their core competency.
Yeah,
What do they do in your state, Taylor? Do they just shoot each other and do they grow corn there as well, or no?
There's not nearly as much corn here because Missouri is like a lot of rolling.
Closer than I
thought it
thought.
was the same.
Yeah, it's
Here we
pretty
go.
close.
It's
You
pretty
don't have
close.
Australia there, or not Australia. I'm sorry, Alaska.
I thought it'd be
Yeah, well, we're not going to compare.
2/3 our size. Okay. Thank you, Zach. That was well done.
No, they're big.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sorry, Taylor. What were you saying?
No, I was saying Missouri is more like rolling hills and forests. It's like Nebraska, Iowa. Those are like you can see and just to the horizon, and it's bananas amounts of corn everywhere, or soybeans, or whatever other crop.
So much more beautiful than forests and rolling hills. You should be very jealous, Taylor, that you don't live in Nebraska.
It is like it's pretty driving through like Iowa, the flat areas, but after like 200 miles of it, you're like, this is almost a back rooms. Like, feeling.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Outdoor back rooms, even bigger.
But they're nice
Yeah.
states.
I've driven through Nebraska a few times, and it's such a terrible description, but I'm like, this is exactly what I thought Nebraska would be. It's
really
just on the nose. This the a little bit of elevation change, but rolling, not mountainous, and lots of lightly populated, well-maintained roads and farms.
That's what I was wondering, right? So it is just a bunch of houses with that cliche, you can stay here, but don't touch my daughter, kind of like.
I bet there's some of those out there. Yeah.
There's some cities too.
What?
There's some cities
There's some
too in
cities.
Nebraska. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like in Australia, absolutely nothing. You hit Perth and then you hit Sydney, and then it's not habitable.
That's why those Mad Max movies seem so possible, because it's just there's only a handful of cities, and everything in between is kind of the Wild West. Like it's pretty wild out there. Like, are there places that'll have signs that are like X amount of miles or kilometers before the next gas station?
Oh my God, that is so intimidating as well. Yeah, that happens. And you do see people with jerry cans on the outside, kind of just begging gas. So you kind of go past it. And because you're out in the middle of the desert and you're terrified that they're going to be a serial killer, you kind of just leave them there. You're like, oh, I'm really
you just
sorry.
leave them in the desert.
Because like, that's another thing. Okay, we do have, but you know, America's got its fair share of serial killers, but they seem to all want to hang out in the desert. They're kind of like scorpions. Another piece of wildlife that you have to look out for.
And
that's
it's not like those giant
intimidating.
stretches.
Another sign that I always find not so much intimidating but hilarious is when you drive past a prison, especially like out in the West where it's really desolate. There'll be a sign that says it's got a picture of a criminal hitchhiking on the sign, and it says like, "Don't pick up hitchhikers. Prison nearby. Could be escaped convict." And
What does the convicts look like? Is it just like it's got like the Hamburg clothes or something?
Yeah, he looks like the guy on the Monopoly box. He's like wearing the white and black striped outfit and everything, and that little hat and everything, like a sailor.
There's no way this guy with an eye patch is a very good referee.
Yeah, you don't pick those guys up.
Probably late for his baseball game. Yeah.
I made a bad decision pulling over to help somebody once. I was just thinking, I don't know, this sparked a memory. It's late at night. Call it 12:30 after midnight. Yeah. And I'm driving home, and this woman flags me down in a big, like the road was a toll road. So I was, going like 70 or something. So for her to put like a few steps in the lane where you drive and flag me down, it seemed like there was a big emergency. I pull over, and it's not just her. It's her and this dude. And he's explaining that they're having car trouble, that like the battery's dead. But it's weird for a battery to die like on a superhighway, just like for no reason on the stop there. And my like spider senses are tingling that I'm not in a safe place. And his hood is up, and he points, and there's a tattoo on every knuckle this guy's got. And he's got long hair and
MS-13.
They look like prison tattoos. Like I'm not super well versed in prison tattoos, but I think that's what they vibe. Prison tattoos on them. All these poorly done. Yeah, third grader's desk. He's got some on his neck. He's got some on his knuckles. He has long, greasy hair, and he just vibes a guy who's done some time. And he's like getting me to look under his hood, and I only got like one eye on him.
The vehicle?
I'm sorry.
You've gotten out of your vehicle?
Oh, yeah. I pulled over. I went to help her. He's got his hood up. Now I meet him. And he's like, I thought maybe he needed a jump or something, but it's just a weird problem that you wouldn't solve the jumper cable problem in the middle of a highway. Like it was alternators bad. I don't know. And he's pointing under the hood, and I've got like one eye on him and one eye on the motor that he's like trying to show me. And I'm just not sure where this is going. Fortunately, a cop pulls over, and the cop pulls over, and he starts like talking to the guy about what's wrong and stuff. And there was just this knowing vibe. Like he's like, I see what you're doing. And he's like, Woody, you can go. like you, this is not the scene for you. So I just get in my car and take off. And I don't know how he handles it from there, whether the car was actually disabled or what was happening. But I think that cop prevented a bad thing from happening to me.
Wow.
Maybe so, because that doesn't make any sense. Like what did they pull over and turn the car off? As long as you don't stop the car, you don't need a battery. You just pull the battery out. You got an alternator running.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I made a bad decision to pull over and help that guy.
Yeah, I don't pull over for people ever.
It's like, oh fuck, this guy's either a chef or I'm gonna die.
I still pull over for people, especially if I'm on a motorcycle. It just seems extra easy. Like you got a problem? I don't know. It's like you're not in a car. You're already outside.
Yeah, I'd be skeeved out. I don't think I'd pull over for a very tattooed man. Actually, scratch that. I know I wouldn't pull over for him.
Well, Taylor, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this situation because he was hiding while she flagged me down.
Oh.
Oh, as soon as he popped out of hiding, I'd have been like, nope.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know. I might have been able to take
Honey
this
trapped.
guy. This was a good version of me. I was like
He armed Woody. He set an
25.
ambush.
That's true. That's true. If he didn't have any weapons, I think I would be the betting odds favorite.
Well, he's
Not that
also
I'm-
just a girl there. While you're trying to choke this guy out, the girlfriend is putting a corkscrew in your fucking temple or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want a 2v1 or 1v2 a couple.
That's a good point. I don't want any insertions in my temple anyway.
They'll put it in there. She might have that corkscrew.
You're like, my Scooby senses went off when I saw that tattoo on his arm, and I would think that they could finish the Windows logo in one session. Like,
oh Jesus, it's a swastika. I got it eventually.
That's the only way to cover those up, I would guess.
Just fill it in.
Yeah.
Look at the Windows
No, man,
logo.
I just love XP. Like that's I wish they'd bring it back.
I'm an NT guy.
I don't feel bad for those people who lose gas like in those 200 miles till next station. I drove by one of those in Wyoming many years ago, and it's not like there's one small sign.
No,
like it's for miles. Like it's like a 20-mile lead up. It's like last gas station.
Seriously,
be safe. We're not joking. Last one for 280 miles.
Nah, honey, that's how they trick you.
You can hold it.
You think I'm gonna buy this overpriced gas at the only station here? Not me, not this guy. I'm not falling for it.
Yeah, I saw that in Idaho, and I remembered being a little intimidated by it. Like, all right, let's actually stop and fill up. That's scary. Like, if we run out in the middle of 100-mile desolation area, like somebody's going to have to walk 10, 15 miles at least to a farm or something. And that's what it was. Once we got out there, it was like we drive 10, 15 miles, farm, 10, 15 more miles, farm. Like you run out there, you're in a little bit of trouble.
I blew up one of those gas station bathrooms many years ago, like one of those like last place for a while. Like it was such a weird like I think it was like to the bathroom area. It was like those saloon doors where you could like kick them and be like, howdy partner. Never seen like a wooden stall door somehow even like higher off the ground and lower from the ceiling. I'm like shrouding behind a 2x4 in front of me.
The crop top of bathroom doors.
Like leave after absolutely destroying it and being like, all right, there's nobody in line. I'm the only one in the parking lot. Should I pretend to be interested in their artisanal beef jerky?
That's what got me in this trouble to begin with.
Taylor, you were interested a little bit.
I was a little interested.
I was going to say kangaroo hunting because I feel like you guys
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have any deer. Kangaroo is like your
we have
sporting
deer.
animal, right?
Yeah, I've
You
been,
do
I've
have
been deer hunting. Yeah, I've been deer hunting. I don't do it often though because it's like the seasons are really restrictive and it's kind of annoying. But like kangaroo, I've got mates with massive farms that have like they just overrun with kangaroos and wallabies. You just got to blast them.
Blast them.
And they're fucking.
Yeah, it's got to blast them. Nothing
Yeah,
like shooting a mother. It's got a roo in there. Yeah, do for the
that's
first
always
one.
that's always the hard part. I remember one time taking my
lining up
friend
that
and he's
collateral.
I took my friend and
Right,
he was like his first time doing it, and I'm like, all right, so I'll let you shoot one, but you've got to skin it because I can't be fucked skinning it. And he's like, all right, so he shoots one, and then I bring it back and I hang it up on the tree, and I pin it up, and the fucking second I hang it up, it's got a joey inside its pouch that just falls out and just hits the ground. Now, if they don't have fur on them, they're not going to survive. So it's like it's still attached to the umbilical cord, and I'm like, okay, the most humane thing to do is to kill this instantly. I'm not going to just like aim a shotgun at this fucking thing's head and kill it. So I just stomped on its head, and this dude just lost his lunch instantly. He's just like, he just like throws up on the ground and just like runs off. And he's like, I have not been a part of this. And I'm like, I fucking told you, I'm not fucking skinning this.
See, we always wonder why the aliens don't stop and talk. If they were flying over and they saw that happen, they're like, go! Are
they the same species? I don't know. They both had legs and hands. And they fucking
Yeah.
Holy shit! Did you see that?
He just killed a baby.
Even his friend threw up.
But it's like a fetus. It's like you can't do anything with it. Like you can't
Well,
I can't just put it in a blanket and raise it. Like it's gonna die.
Look how evil they are. That one stomped its head on, and the other one's making room to eat it. Despicable creatures. They will not be entered into the galactic coven.
Or they thought he was ejaculating. Oh, but the other one came just from watching him stomp his head. That's how they come.
Carly, by the way, you look like you're going Halloween as a hockey player right now. Like you look so hockey-ish, not just the Canadian. The backwards hat.
If I put my hat on forward, I feel like I look like a retired baseball player.
Let's see it.
If it's on forward, just retired. It's retired.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, you look like a relief pitcher for the fucking Expos.
If I do this, I'm racist.
Pedophile.
Yeah, that too.
If I do this, I'm racist. You know what? I don't think that's fair. I don't think your mustache screams racism. It's more the mullet.
Yeah, it's the mix. It's the mix.
Mullets are going to come back eventually.
I think they're kind of back a bit. I think they're kind of back.
Some school literally just banned mullets for their players.
What?
Why?
Yeah, I saw that the other day. Like I didn't look too deep into it. Like let me get the nitty gritty on this. That's a good question.
Fucking dumb.
What did Kyle say? I missed his words.
He said that they
banned mullets for a school.
Sport.
Oh,
why the hell would they ban a hairstyle?
They said because they deemed them unacceptable. Let's see, Salt Lake City.
I might be siding with the man on this one.
Oh, is it Brigham Young University?
Trinity College in Perth, Australia, is a school for boys. And they, in their newsletter, the school stated the current trend of growing the hair at the back of the head and or closely cropped at the sides of the head to accentuate the quote unquote mullet style are untidy, non-conventional, and non-acceptable at Trinity College, as is the trend of long hair and fringes.
This is fascism.
Yeah. So then
I think that's ugly.
Then they got like a long list of like how the hair should be cut if you're going to attend Trinity College.
That's what North Korea does.
I don't like that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You should be able to look as dumb as you want. Like, I get it if it was like, hey, you're playing football and you have bangs down to your nose. Unacceptable. You need to be able to see the ball. But like, come on. You're business in the front, party in the back. You're already business in the front. You can see.
I think it's tidy. They said it's not tidy. I think a mullet could be tidy. But I'm starting to think what kind of mullet this is. Like once he said, would you say it's Australia?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing those like weird gelled, like spiky mullets, like the fashionable ones that were like douchey guys had them for a couple years. You know what I mean? You know what I'm thinking about?
Like the Ricky Martin in the front and the
like it was like you were like you're like a jacked like British bloke and like you got that like spiky mullet. It's like the Euro style mullet. You know, there's gel in it. It's not like the extra lettuce like in a hockey helmet or something like that. But I think it should be allowed. I don't like that. I don't like
the extra lettuce. You are Canadian. You can't get away from it.
A lot of wild things going on in the world right now. Like I've got friends in Australia and New Zealand. So New Zealand, if you test positive for COVID, they told me that they will just take you and put you in like a quarantine zone. Like you're taken from your home forcibly and put into a quarantine situation. And then obviously in Australia, they've got that thing where with no warrant, with no legal procedure whatsoever, they can just take your empty your phone out, empty your data out, delete your data, do whatever they want with it. Like
that's unrelated to COVID.
Completely unrelated to COVID. Like Australia's gone full 1984, and New Zealand has gone full like Auschwitz mode.
Doesn't Australia you have like 1 hour per day you can go outside and you can't leave a 5 kilometer radius of your house and like all
the 5K thing I think is pretty accurate. Yeah, I didn't know about
certain areas.
Yeah, like certain areas for sure. I've got a few friends in Australia.
Is this happening right now?
At the very moment
from COVID? Yeah.
How temporary?
I was just on a trip with
They keep extending it. They keep saying, "Oh yeah, this amount of months, that amount," and like it seems like every 2 weeks there's a new release. Oh, now it's December. Like currently it's through December 18th, maybe like mid December for sure.
Is my Facebook feed right about all this control one world government nonsense?
I think Australia has been like going more and more far right now for like a decade or so with that sort of thing. So maybe there. I think here I mean, I don't think it's too ridiculous. I mean, we don't even make people
strap
wear
on your face diaper, Kyle.
My muzzle. Get my muzzle on.
Oh, what is this dog article you keep linking?
It's so cute, dude. So in Australia, this couple was on a vacation on this island, and they lost their 10-pound wiener dog. There's a picture of the wiener dog if you want to show. It's so cute, Zach. And the dog was missing for 17 months, and then rediscovered and brought back to its owners. It survived somehow in the Australian outback or the Australian bush. They said. On something called Crocodile Island or some shit.
Dude,
Crocodile Island.
Crocodile Weenie right here.
What a
movie
champion.
reference. My bad. All right,
I don't know that one.
to do it. That's a song. Crocodile Dundee, come on.
Oh,
I don't know that one. What's wrong with this crowd? I never heard of it.
I haven't seen Crocodile Dundee. So
you haven't seen it? No. It's a pretty good movie. Paul Hogan, Australian actor, made the I think he made, produced, and maybe even wrote the movie, and it was like
I appreciate you saying Paul Hogan, like I know any fucking.
That's idea. Crocodile Dundee. He's the actor who plays Crocodile Dundee.
He says that's a knife.
That's a knife. That's the meme. So he made that movie. It was like the 5th highest grossing movie in the U.S. that year, and because he had like written, directed, owned, produced, starred, he made a boatload. Like he never needed to do anything ever again, other than Crocodile Dundee too, of course.
He said, "Yeah, this is a knife, not that's a knife." He said, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." We showed him it's a much bigger knife.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know the reference. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there we go. Check out the sponsors. Sorry, Woody, go ahead.
I have nothing on the spot. Thanks, Taylor.
So I thought you said, "How about?" And then I cut you off.
No, it was me. It was me.
Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
I know. I was just going to talk more about that cute wiener dog that survived somehow.
How do you think it survived? Like, what did it even eat?
So wiener dogs are dachshunds. Dachshund is German for badger hound. So I imagine that he was going into burrows and getting like small rodents or something, or maybe bugs. It looked well fed. And maybe if the dog was missing for a month, you might think, he found one good meal, but he was gone for a year and a half, 17 months. And so I don't know.
A lot of good meals
out there.
It'd be really spooky if he showed back up and he had gained weight. It'd be like, whoa, this guy's a killer.
He's been eating. What's this? Oh, look at him. That's
what a sweet pup. That's a very cute guy.
As we were starting the show, it was getting really loud outside. And I was texting. I was like, hey, can you calm those dogs down? What the fuck's going on? No reply. I'm getting madder and madder. Finally, she replies. She's like, Murphy rolled in shit. He got covered in said shit. And I've been washing said shit off of him gagging for the last half an hour. Sorry.
Act like we'll get it together.
No excuses. Play like a champion. Yeah, fucking Murphy.
Send video of gagging. It's hot.
As you wash a shitty fucking Pomeranian. That piece of shit. He goes to the end of the
good dog. Don't say that about him.
He's really cute. He's really lovable, but he's almost intentionally annoying. Like he'll go to the edge of the yard and sit there and bark at 2 a.m. in his little bush, and I have to walk all the way out there through the dog shit landmines and then like dig him out of a bush. And I'm always getting bit and stung and like poked by thorns when I go in there to get him. I call it his fern gully. He like goes in there and wedges himself in. He's a fucker. There's
He'd
no
be
reason.
An outdoor dog before long. Like, oh, you want to stay outside chicken? I'm amazing at this game.
Oh, I've done it, and it takes like 2 hours. And like, I'll let him out at 3 a.m, and
I've
he'll
been known
stay
to
outside
sleep
till
for 8
5
hours.
An outdoor Pomeranian is also
There's owls.
There's an owl that can take it, any hawk, and any large birds.
That's who he's barking at late at night.
Right
Like I go out there and I'm like, what are you even barking at? And I hear, hoo, 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 hoo. I don't know if you heard him bark, but he heard the owl.
Daring the owl?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I think he could take the owl. Chiz says that the owl would beat up Murphy, but I'm firmly in Murphy's corner with the owl. He bites pretty hard.
The owl would fuck up Murphy.
No way an owl can kill
what kind of owl?
Whatever kind we have.
Is it a great horned owl? Is it a barn owl? These things matter.
They're a little private. I don't get a lot of looks at him during the blackness of the night. You know,
Barno.
I saw them. They're all poofy with the, they're all like fluffed up, so you can't really tell how much they are anyway.
Don't explain owls to me.
Murphy weighs 15 pounds. I don't know what.
You're right on the edge. If it had been 10 to 12 pounds, according to ChatGPT, he's at danger of being eaten by an owl. But an adult, 15 to 30 pounds, is too heavy for an owl to carry off, though it might injure the dog.
Murphy hold his own. I'm sure he'd bite him. He'd show back up. The owl would just be like, he'd just be dragging the owl behind him. He's got an owl toy he beats up all the time. I think he's been training for this day.
You've got great horned owls in Georgia, according to Grok.
Okay.
And that thing could absolutely take little old Murph.
I disagree. I think Murphy's gonna win this one every time. I've seen those owls before. They look big, but again, I think they're all floofed up. I think if you got them wet, you plucked them. I don't think he's so formidable anymore.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the chance to get it wet and pluck him. He's going to take your dog.
Well, I don't think you would. I'm just saying he would appear. He appears bigger than he is because he's not plucked or wet.
Sure.
I don't think plucking him would make him weaker.
That's a trait of birds. Birds without feathers are just humiliated.
Have you ever been face to face with an emu before? They're enormous.
You answer first.
I have. Yes. They're enormous.
I also have. I've been to the zoo.
I've been out face to face with them, like in the wilderness, without a fence, and it's scary because it's like they have these big thumb claws, and it really looks like he could disembowel you if he wanted to. And they're really big and scary. I don't think I've ever seen an ostrich.
It's on his foot, right?
Yeah, but they have like thumbs.
Who needs that to stand?
You got like a hook.
No, they attack with them. They like flick them at you like a raptor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like what ostriches do, except emus are like the smaller version.
But they don't have tails. What do they use to stand?
They got a little tail.
The other foot.
They stand on one foot?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they
hop.
You can grab it by the neck and bam that thing like a club.
How much smaller is an emu than an ostrich? All right, time to waste another quart of water.
Dude, I don't think there's a bird on the planet I can't handle.
Here's an emu attacking a man.
Let me see this.
It's the video for anyone who wants to see. It's called "When Emus Attack: Man versus Bird."
I could take these.
Dude, I'm telling you,
this guy lacks fighting spirit.
They
always do.
But you see how it's attacking, right?
Yeah, it's kicking.
It's like kicking and flicking its leg up to try to get it.
I will fuck up any bird on this planet currently and nearly any herbivore.
I think the Australian military lost.
I think you mix the herbivores and you start taking a ton of L's with all of the like bovine species, anything that's buffalo related, cow related.
I fucked with a cow before it ran. It was like that dude in the video.
It wasn't mad at you.
A bull will not run. It'll be peeved.
I said cow.
All the horses fuck you up. All the camels fuck you up. The mules, the donkeys.
Horses are scared of me. Mules are scared. Mules want to cuddle.
You ever seen a horse bite a guy?
My daughter was bit by a horse.
How hard?
She didn't like it.
I think she was nibbled by a horse, to be fair.
So hard enough. Yeah.
Yeah, she tried to pet its nose at Disney World. And I was like, I thought the Disney World horses would be like, I don't know, socialize with children, but I guess not.
Did you attack?
Where did it bite? Did it like get her fingers? Did it get her shoulder or arm?
Bit her hand, I think.
Okay.
Was she feeding it at the time?
I think she was trying to pet it, like gently on the nose.
I don't like that.
They
notoriously attack when you try to do that.
Wait, are you serious? I don't know much about horses.
No, I have no. Horses are usually pretty chill. I've never been bitten by one, but I've seen horses bite people, and it is a severe bite. It's like a huge bloody bruise that looks like it looks awful when a horse. And then I've seen camels bite people and lift them off the ground from the bite. Like I saw this Arab guy who was beating the camel, like abusing it, and the camel finally had enough and just bites him, pulls him into the air, slams him, and starts stomping him to death. Camels are there's a lot of animals that are like this. Like if you've never seen one in person, you really don't understand how big they are. Buffalo are like that. American buffalo, they're gargantuan.
Mhm.
They are an order of magnitude larger than a fucking Holstein cow. A Holstein cow seems like a farmyard pet, which is what it is. Once you see an American buffalo, like that's a war machine. Camels are the same way. Camels are fucking huge. I don't think I've ever seen a giraffe in person. I don't think I have. Yeah, I have.
Dude, you've been to zoos. They have them at most zoos.
I've only been to the zoo twice. I feel sorry for them, and I think of it as like animal jail.
Giraffes are crazy.
I swear, I've said this on the show a couple of times. It never lands, but there are fantasy animals that are far more believable than giraffes.
Yeah,
true.
A moose
North Korea
that's like
claimed to have
30
found a
feet tall.
unicorn at one point. Did you know that?
No.
North Korea claimed to have found an actual unicorn back in the day. Let me find
a
an
horse
article.
with wings is just as believable as a giraffe.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Okay, unicorn.
Horse,
Clearly,
but a unicorn is a unicorn with no wings is as believable as a giraffe.
Way
Actually,
more
more
believable.
believable because lots of things have horns.
Yeah.
Giraffes are just a weird ass animal.
What has a neck like a giraffe? Like some birds ish.
Nothing. You'd have to go down to the bug kingdom to find
I'm
some
like
weird
flamingo, emu. I mean, they're not as big, but
Yeah, like lots
really
of birds
long
have
neck.
those really long necks.
Big
But
ass quadruped.
Giraffes have some sort of special circulatory system so that when they bend their head down to water to drink water, their heads don't explode from the increased blood pressure. If you think about a siphon, their body's all the neck is so long that lowering their head without whatever circulatory adaptation they have would make their heads explode, or their brains at least.
Huh.
This is an article of the North Koreans claiming to have found the unicorn lair.
Does it seem realistic?
Well, there's a photo here of a unicorn in the article. Its horn is glowing. Wait, I didn't know they did that.
They obviously do.
Who okayed that story?
Someone terrified. Someone scared for their lives and their families' lives.
Yeah, you were talking about that transition from the army to streaming. And I guess in the military there's like an exit interview where the guy's like, all right, so where are you going from here? What are your plans outside the armed forces? And you're like, well, I'm going to stream some video games on my PC and I'm going to play a lot. I'm going to play a lot of video games. And he's like, I'll see you in a year.
Yeah, so
Best of luck to you. Yeah,
we spoke about this before. So it was close. So pretty much the way it worked was you do a few exit interviews, and it's their responsibility to make sure you have a plan to get out. And I said that I've been in the army 8 years. I've done a lot of random shit, and I want to just become a human again because you surround yourself with the same people, same type of people for such a long period of time. Quitting something like that, you're institutionalized. So your thought patterns are always that kind of way. And so for me, it was like, I'm going to get out, I'm going to go fishing and play computer games. And so my wife got a job out in the middle of nowhere in the country, right in this little coastal village or town. There's about 3,000 people. And we signed up for the local lawn bowls team, which is like kind of like bocce on grass. And that was with like senior citizens. Everyone was retired. And it was just us that like.
So you were just dominating.
No, they're awesome at it. They're absolutely awesome at it. And I went fishing. But the best thing about it is the old fellas, they know all the fishing spots. They know how to catch the fish. So you make friends with them. They tell you how to catch the fish. And when I went fishing, it became a lot easier.
Maybe you did better in the rugby league.
I actually don't follow rugby at all. No. I'm from the southern states, so it's AFL here, Australian rules football. But yeah, so when I had the exit strategy with me, and they were like, what do you mean you're not going to get a job? And I'm like, I've got a couple of $1,000 saved. My wife's got a job. I have no plans to go work. I'm just going to enjoy life for a bit because you guys are taking so much from me. And he just looked at me and was like, we'll be back in 3 months. I'm like, bet you I won't be. And so...
But are there parts of the military that you miss though? Like what I always hear is that the camaraderie and sort of the fact that every day is kind of planned out to some degree. It's like, oh, I know what I'm doing at noon. I know what I'm doing
like prison.
When I wake up. Like prison. Yeah, it could be very comforting.
Job security is definitely probably the biggest perk that you always miss because it's freaking hard to get fired from the army unless you get like done for drugs, and even then, like
there's probably ways around it. I know there's some people that got away
no
with it.
more drugs for you. All right. This is the eighth time.
They got a zero. They do have a zero
those,
tolerance for it, but like it's it's interesting how it works. But honestly, for me, the main thing I miss is pretty much just the mates. But even then, the thing is, in Australia, when you sign up, it's not compulsory to join the military. But when you sign up, you go on a contract. And for me, it was 4 years, and I think it still is for infantry. And what happens around that 4-year mark is most people get out or they transition into a different position or role and that. So at the 4-year mark, all your mates kind of just go everywhere. And if you're still in, most of them get out. If you're still in, you kind of lose a lot of your mates. I actually studied Indonesian and lived over in Indonesia for a bit with work. When I came back to Australia, most of my mates were gone. So for me, I was like this older guy, and I signed up full time at 21. So by this stage, I was already like late 20s, like, you know. So most of the guys were all 17 to 21, wanting to get drunk and have as much sex as possible. And there's me,
nice.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, senior citizen, like, I'm just going to go to the gym and stay healthy.
I'm going to go play bocce with old fucks.
Yeah.
Did you say you were in the infantry or?
Yeah, I was. So I didn't do any time Middle East. It's the first question that comes up, so it's the easiest way to just say it straight up. But I spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia, probably about 2 years, in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia. Yeah.
Where was the most fun place that you were deployed?
Indonesia was definitely fun. My first trip over there, I've got so many stories. The first trip over there was when I was studying in Melbourne, and we had a task, like a little project. This is with the School of Languages. They sent us over there, and we had to walk up to random people in the street and just like interview them. But we walked up to this military guy and we started talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, come do karaoke tonight. Come do karaoke." And me and my mate, we're like pretty extroverted kind of people with that kind of thing. Like we don't give a fuck if someone sees us sing. It's like, yeah, sure, we'll go do karaoke. So we asked we did like afternoon like orders or meetings in the afternoon. And we're like, oh, we're going to go do karaoke with these army guys. Anyone interested coming? Everyone's like, nah. And then we got picked up by this guy. He had like police lights on his car. It was like a pimped out, like Humvee looking thing. He takes us to this like exclusive karaoke bar. And it's just like, as soon as like we're walking there, I'm like, oh, fuck. We're in for it now. And it was like alcohol bottles over all the walls. And it was just like, and okay, so 86% of the population of Indonesia are Muslim, and most people don't drink alcohol, and we were in like a party kind of city, and so instantly like alarm bells got off, like, holy shit, we're in an interesting place here. And we walked down this hallway, me and my mate, and this Indonesian guy puts his like arms around us and he's like, tonight's on me. And that's all he said. His English was hopeless, but we spoke a bit of Indonesian. Walk around this corner and there's like 2 massive couches of the most glammed up, beautiful Indonesian girls. And like, nice. I was like engaged at the time, like with my current wife. I'm like, oh fuck. And he's like, you got to pick one. I'm like, oh, I'll pick one later. And yeah, and long story short, the night was pretty fucking crazy, but pretty much I knew what to expect from that point with Indonesia and working with the military over there, because every time I went over on a translating gig, I can't really get in shit for this anymore now. So pretty much the first thing, because I used to go over there with officers, and then I'd just be the translator. And then the first thing that the military wanted to do was take us to karaoke bars. And the officers were like, yeah, it's cool to do that. And I knew exactly what they were getting themselves into every night. And I just sit back and just enjoy the show.
It sounds like what they were getting into was alcohol and prostitutes.
Yeah.
These are a few of my favorite things.
That's really nice of Indonesian, I guess, officers or whoever the fuck to do that.
They paid for the night too, and it wasn't cheap. I can tell you that, because the future nights I had to pay for with the other guys. So,
did you ever end up picking a gal?
No, not
into
me.
it.
No,
just to have her sit next to you. So
you just go in the room and you're like, all right, we're gonna
even
sit
if
here,
I was
play a bit of backgammon.
I don't know. Everyone's got a taste of women, but I'm not really attracted to Asian women at all. So for me, it was just nah.
Not a fan.
Nah.
Hey, to each their own.
So you mentioned that you never did serve in the Middle East. Is that a regret, or is that I'm glad I didn't go over there because I've seen what can happen?
Every single person that works in the infantry and doesn't deploy will pretty much think the exact same as me, as the people I've spoken to. You imagine like training up for this job all the time. Every single day you go to work, you work on your fitness, you go on exercises to like get your skills up, and you never deploy. It's like getting blue balled so fucking hard. But at the same time, you understand that like you probably could have literally dodged a bullet by doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like you really, really, really want to do it, and it's all about luck. There is no merit-based deployments in infantry. It's hey, we're sending I was in 7 area, they're sending the 7th Battalion, Charlie Company, and if I was in Bravo Company, I missed the trip, and that happened pretty much every time.
Yeah, it's like that question from Kill Bill, like which are you feeling right now? Regret or relief?
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of a mixture, especially you're a family man, it's a lot. It's not just your chips on the table if you go over there, but at the same time, I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, how many years were you in? 8. Yeah. And right in the heart of like throughout the whole, when things in the Middle East were really going.
So the first 3 years, we didn't get a deployment, and like my battalion, and they were like the hectic years, and then everything started coming. So the year I got to my battalion, the year right before I got there was when everyone just came back, and that was like a crazy trip. That people were going to have issues from that trip. Like,
did you ever get to do any like joint exercises with other countries' militaries?
Mostly Southeast Asian countries. I did meet a lot of Americans, but never really worked with them on exercise.
I guess what I was going to ask is like, if that were the case, did you ever meet those guys from Mexico? They're the most hardcore guys in the world. Nobody knows it, but those guys train in a completely different way. Is there anything like that where like you met some guys from a foreign country and you're like, what? That's what you do? That's your training?
There's definitely different mentalities of command through different militaries. So the Australian Army is kind of like, we'll leave all the we'll give out the orders, and then the NCOs, like the non-commissioned officers, will do most of the thinking past there. Whereas a lot of the Southeast Asians have kind of got the mentality of, only the officers can make a decision. So then they'll be like, all right, we're going that way. And the soldiers will just keep going that way until they're told otherwise. So it works well in 2 different ways and bad in others. So it's like, they definitely have direction. They know where they're going, but they're probably going to get slaughtered in the process. And it's very predictable.
We have been swimming for 3 days now.
But the same thing of that, they understand what they need to do. So it works really well for them with that. But it's very easy to counter. So, but every military has its flaws. I'm not here to do military strategy, but
I love American military. Ours is great and not overpriced at all.
I love wargaming, that kind of stuff. I used to be when I was in the army. I used to like sit down with a couple other guys, like, how would I fuck over my own battalion, like stuff like that. Like if I was to fight this, because it's actually a good way of thinking if you ever want to actually become a good soldier. And could do anything in life, really.
Think about how to sabotage from the inside. Yeah. That's how I treat my day to day. How can I sabotage this relationship? How can I sabotage the success of this client? It's just, how can I sabotage myself by eating after midnight? All sorts of things. That's the toughest one to overcome. This is the not eating after 10 p.m.
Everything's so delicious over in Europe. I've had so much fucking bad food.
I'd imagine food's really good in Australia too.
You can smoke as much dope as you want here.
Yeah,
you can only carry 5 grams, but you can smoke it and then go back in and get more.
Yeah, 2 grams, 5 grams will get you 2 months here.
Yeah,
hypothetically.
No, literally. Yeah, but this way I get to see Australia.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, they won't let me in. It's okay. It's a no go.
I thought that's what they were founded on.
I
think they would let criminals just roll in there regardless. Like you would have to be a criminal to come.
That's my family is convict stock. They're like full on criminals.
That's the statue outside of Australia. Give us your arsons, your murderers, your lawyers, your loiterers. Yeah,
you loiterers.
Like unarmed combat, like the Purge, but we don't have any guns, so we just all beat the fuck out of each other with our fists. That's how it works.
Eventually, you guys will get your guns back. Like a 3D printing or something.
I have guns. Like we have, all of my mates have guns. Like everyone's always like, "Oh, Australia doesn't have any." Like, but everyone I know has guns. It's just
How do
like,
they get it?
well, they're legal. You can purchase firearms. It's just that you need to get a license before doing it. So it's basically like the license. I'll say you need a gun license, and Americans are like, "What?" But it's essentially just a pre-background check. So you just go, and once you get the license, that counts as a background check, and then every thanks, baby. every time you want to go and get a gun, you just rock up and just get one, and it's the same as America. So it's like, it's just that they've never tried, so they don't actually. They just see the law as like obfuscated, and they see it as difficult to get a firearm, and so they're like, no, you can't. No one can have them. And it's like, man, like all of my mates have got like multiple, like 10, 20 guns easily.
Can you get fun guns like AR-15s and?
Yeah. So the main thing is, it's like you need to have a reason that they call like a legitimate reason. But it's like if you own like farmland and you need to like varmint hunt to like get rid of rabbits, you get an AR-15, but no one uses it for that. Like people just go and fucking blast off AR-15s for fun. And
which reason did you use? That one?
Well, so mine don't sit. Those ones don't sit under me because they're with my. What are you doing? Sorry, I was getting attacked by the dog. So those ones don't sit with me. They sit with other people that have massive amounts of land and then have what's called a primary producer's license, which is like for shooting for people that are like farmers and stuff like that. And so they have all those under their name. And then for me, I just have like targeted sports guns. So I have like a 12 gauge and a 22 Magnum just for varmint hunting and skeet shooting. And taking like I get pistols, you get everything that you want. You can get a 50 cal if you want to. It's just like people don't actually care to look into it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, you can get a license here for a fully auto gun, but and I think it's also like kind of easy, but it's expensive. Of course, it's expensive to shoot. You can spend more in ammo than a non-shooter might guess, but it's also like every year you have to pay. Kyle would probably know how much it is, but it might be 4 digits. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, fuck. It's so like when they did the weapons ban in Australia. I'm pretty sure that everyone just like was like, oh, I lost my AK, because like it's always like, oh yeah, no, they all got handed in, but like there's no fucking way they did. Like I'm
torn. Like I had a bump stock, and then Trump made bump stocks illegal, and at the time Kyle was going through legal problems. His guns were all legal, but I guess he got in trouble, and then suddenly even his legal guns caused him extra trouble because they acted like the guns were related to the marijuana somehow. And I was like, this
like if you have that license, is it so that from what I understand, it's FFL like production and manufacturing to own firearms. It opens you up to like be tried under federal crimes that would usually be state crimes, from what I understand.
That sounds pretty close. That could be it. But anyway, I
about that before. They're like, I can get it, but it also gives the whatever the fuck you call them, the tobacco and firearms guys, the ability to just come and storm into your house whenever they want without a warrant. So people are like, I don't want that.
Yeah, so I just got rid of my bump stock because I don't need the trouble. Yeah, you're right. Like I don't want to lie about it, because what happens if they come in here for some reason, right? What if I just get swatted? I don't know, and then that leads to a search, and then a bump stock turns up. I'm like, just fucking owning illegal guns. I don't know.
Yeah,
let someone else.
I have heard of people owning them before. I don't own any myself. Obviously, like all my firearms are registered. I just like, yeah, I don't think it's like that hard. Like if people really want to get them, it seems as though it's pretty trivial, to be honest.
I would bet.
Even the modification of like I have a what we call in Australia like a straight pull shotgun, which is under like an easier category to get than a pump action, but it is just essentially a pump action shotgun. And you can modify that to be a pump action, but it's easier to shoot than a pump action. So I don't know why I'd modify it. and I'm sure you could with your. If you really, really wanted to, you could probably put like a gas impingement system on it and make it into a semi-auto. But then it's like,
What's
why
a
bother?
straight pull shotgun?
Yeah,
I've never heard of
I'm
that.
not familiar with that either.
So it's like you know how you have the charging handle on like a Benelli M3. It's like instead of when you shoot it, it doesn't cycle. So you shoot it and then you cycle it yourself. But it's like so it's essentially a pump action. It's just exactly the same thing, but it's called a straight pull because the action isn't a pump on the front. It's just the same as
It's like a
charging.
bolt action shotgun. You have to
I
come
think
up
the
here.
AR-15s
No, but
have
it's not
to
a-
be.
But it's not
Are
a
they?
bolt. It's just it's a straight pull. Like you
It's
just
very
pull it back
similar to a
and let-
bolt. It just doesn't go up, right?
Well,
Maybe
you just pull it straight back and then you let it go, and then it's ready to fire again. So it's like a
It's like a-
spring-loaded bolt action.
What is it
that-
called on an AR-15? A charging handle, I think. Yeah. So it's like a charging handle, right? You shoot and then you manually.
Yeah, I was looking at. I designed an AR-15 that we were going to produce and try to sell in Australia once. That was a pump action AR-15 to get around the semi-automatic stuff.
Pump
It's,
action AR. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
You could do. There are straight pull, essentially a pump action AR-15s in Australia. You can get really easy, but I think like a lot of the time, like the extra amount of effort that it would require and money it would take to purchase that is not worth it when you could just get a bolt action. And most people, their family have owned bolt actions that are perfectly functional and they just continue to use them from like the 70s, so they just don't care. So I think that's the main part of it. Like everyone just has family guns to shoot it down, and like some cunts come home from Vietnam with an SLR, and they're just like it's just sitting around the house, and they just don't care about it. So it's like, they take it out and shoot it once everyone's drunk or some shit like that, and then they just put it away, and it doesn't see the light of day for the next 4 years.
A lot of guns seem to be.
I'm going.
I was going to ask about COVID over there where you guys are at. What's it like over there? Because in Australia, I'll tell you guys in a sec, but I want to hear what it's like over there for each of you guys.
It
'cause I don't know
varies
what it
by
is.
state, right? So some of the early states had it super rough. New York is a good example. They would one of the first to probably because of how many people go there. It's like if you were to go to Missouri, for example, there's a good chance you fly from like Italy to New York, then to Missouri. And so New York got it first. Now they're kind of on the second half of the wave, and a place like North Carolina, which is maybe off the beaten path, we did not have it very bad at first. Now we're one of the states with the most rapidly growing COVID bases.
But the thing is, like
scary.
There's a lot of places now that are having a resurgence of COVID because everybody eased up on the restrictions. All the Karens got tired of wearing their masks, and everybody's just running rampant now and just going out in public and coughing on babies and shit.
And you've had huge groups of people out in public recently.
Why? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I actually had a bit of a back and forth with Ethan Klein.
I did see some kind of a parade the other day. What was that about?
There's fireworks.
There was a lot of fireworks. That's a good one. It sounded like some kind of a band playing.
The curve seems to be going back up again. In a lot of people seem to have caught it. So that's not
fireworks.
Yeah, because I've seen that you guys, that's all I know, but not like state by state. But I've seen that America is on the rise again. But Australia isn't, besides Melbourne. For some reason, they're having a second wave. But where I live in Perth, it's essentially gone now because they were finding people like $1,500 if you weren't walking to work. You were just out and about, essentially. Like it became very strict. Like you could go out and go for a run, but if you're not in activewear or something, then you got to get back home. Like they hired people in the city of Perth, like with like high vis wear. They go around and they were legally allowed to give tickets to people.
Big ones,
police were everywhere.
1,500 is a lot.
Australian, so it's about $1,000 US.
It's
so
$600 a days.
And what's crazy is, so I live in an apartment in downtown, and so next door to me is a hotel. And I'm not going to say the hotel. I almost did.
Which one?
I forgot I was.
What
and
is
they've
your
been
apartment
every
number?
single night for months. They've been bringing busloads of people, police
What's the code
escorted.
for the door again?
Search the
I
door.
live at 413 Poisonous Snake Avenue.
So yeah, anyone that's been coming from overseas that would land here would get automatically put on a bus, police escort to this hotel every night. I just see red and blue lights outside. I'm like, and I hear the bus like just stalling there, and I'm like, oh boy, here comes another 20 people that are probably infected, and they have to be there for 20 days. That's how it is around the whole country. People that enter the country, they have to be put into hotel quarantine for 2 weeks, and then state by state, you're not allowed to travel interstate. All the borders are closed, so there's no flights. The driving is like you can't because there's checkpoints and stuff, and they shut it down. And now we're 3 weeks away from having crowds full of 60,000 people at sports games again. Right now, we're playing our leagues empty, but in my city, because we've specifically eliminated it because they went so hard on it, we will be getting crowds back, which is I'm super excited for because it's just so good being in a huge crowd. But I'm also a bit worried at the same time.
Australia seems to lend itself to being more easily protected from this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you don't border anyone. You have pretty much, total control over your borders. You just shut down flights into like the 3 areas of that arid shithole that are inhabitable. And
I feel like the population is a little more inclined to be compliant too, right? One of the problems we have here is COVID's become a Republican thing. The fucking idiots on my Facebook feed think it's fake. Right? They think the vaccine is a 5G thing, that it's a way for Bill Gates to.
Not good for your mental health. You got to distance.
They're hilarious, Taylor. They're hilarious.
Did you see the Bondi Beach shooting? Because that was one of the like wilder shootings I've ever seen.
Yes. I saw that it ended.
Oh,
There was
the Australia one.
Yeah, it's a Hanukkah celebration on Bondi Beach in Australia, which is coincidentally, I suppose, there was a knife attack there last year, I think, around this time, where some lunatic went around stabbing a bunch of women and children or something.
Was it Jews too? Because apparently this is something like the Jewish community there does.
I think it was women last time specifically.
It could have been Jewish women. I don't know.
I
or
think
maybe,
it may have
maybe
been,
that was a random stabbing.
I think it was also an Arab guy. But in any case, like these two guys had long guns just murdering people in the streets. And some hero, I think he's also an Arab, like his name was like Ahmad Al-Ahmad or something. In the video, he's just sprinting full on toward this guy with a shotgun and tackles him from behind and wrestles the fucking gun away from him and points at him. And in my head, I'm watching, cheering, going, shoot him, shoot him. I wanted that guy's head to come off so bad, and then Ahmad to be like, like go to work like John
I wanted
Wick.
that too, but then he doesn't. He doesn't.
But why was he in the hospital? How did he get hurt?
Well, did you? So initially the story was that while he was trying to wrestle that long gun from the dude, that the guy with the long gun, he was trying to, the terrorist shot him. And that was what his injury was. It turns out the Australian police shot him after he disabled the terrorist. And a couple of the Australian police officers, like there are images of them like hiding near the car while this is going down. Like a couple lady police officers didn't do too hot of a job.
Texas town where we did that.
Oh, the school shooting. They basically like they pulled a less time restrained version of that. Or I guess maybe even not that less time restrained, because it did take, like Kyle said, a shop owner to run over and tackle the guy to neutralize the second shooter. Because the first shooter had been shot and killed when second one was neutralized, I think, right?
No. They end up like coming together on that arch bridge together. One of them is either unarmed at that point or has a gun that I can't see, maybe a handgun, but they die there on that arch bridge together. But there was also a Jewish couple, like some old people, who tried to take down the other guy, and they like fought him, but he killed them both. That's on video too.
Dude, it was clearly like the shooters just wanted to target the Jews on the beach, because there were other people in the parking lot, like non-Jewish Australian people walking around. And there's a clip of the guy with the gun, like waving them away. Like, get the fuck out of here. Go away. I don't want you here. I don't want you interfering with what I'm doing right now. You come close to me, I'm going to fucking add you to the list, but get the fuck out. I'm not wasting ammo on you guys. I'm trying to shoot this Jewish celebration on the beach. Like, that's what they were there for.
Well, it's like that Christchurch shooter in New Zealand that went into the mosque and shot all those people up, like dozens of people.
Mhm.
In the video, he's wearing a GoPro the whole time. And in the video, he's interacting with tons of white people on the street. Like he even goes to an intersection and someone cuts in front of him when they probably shouldn't have. And he's like, honk, honk, come on. He's got his rifle in the seat. Like he's looking for more victims.
Yeah, he's looking for. That's one of the shooting footages I wish I hadn't watched. That
was a rough one.
Christchurch
So
one. That was
long.
It was really upsetting. The length of it, yeah, where it's just
And he had
methodical.
so many victims.
evil.
And I'm trying to remember, but like the building layout, I always put myself in the position, like what would I do if I was here or whatever? Like how would I handle this shooter? Dude, it was hopeless. There were no like other doors you could easily get out. He just had them cornered and trapped.
They were piled up, the bodies, and he was just shooting into the piles of bodies. And it's like, you don't know what you'd do in a situation ever, but like, I'd like to imagine I would run at him. It's, once we know death is certain, and in the movies, sometimes they make you dig your own grave. And I'm thinking like, man, you gonna give me a shovel and a chance? Like, I'll pretend to dig for a little while, but once I start getting blisties, I'm coming for you.
I remember the layout of that building, and I remember seeing the people huddled in a corner, like trying to seek shelter behind each other. And like 10, 12 feet closer to the center of the room was the opposite hallway. Like a hallway went into a large room, and then there's a hallway leaving that room. And I just remember watching it thinking like, just go. Just go. Like you have nothing to lose, sprinting to that part of the hallway and like hope there's an exit that way. But everyone's like frozen. It's just, you don't know how you would respond.
That was a rough one. That was definitely a rough one. And it was maybe the only one I've ever seen where the killer wore a GoPro like that, and you saw everything. You'll usually see maybe some security footage or just the story of what happened or pictures of the aftermath. Like it's horrible enough, but you got to see him shoot all those people and then go back and reload and come back and shoot some more. It was awful.
That was terrible. It flashed a memory of a good one where like, I think it was a school shooting, and the cop shows up with the body cam on, goes to the trunk, gets his gun. He's like, you guys on me, and just leads. And he is all about getting to the shooter as fast as possible.
Yep.
He's like collecting some intel from teachers here and there, like second floor, check. And he's not hiding. He's not hoping someone else gets there first. He's trying to solve the problem, and he does.
Yeah.
And
he's made speed the most important factor. He wasn't seeking cover and creeping around corners like a SWAT team. He was sprinting toward the danger. That was that trans shooter with the sub 2. They had a sub 2000 submachine gun, a Keltec.
That guy ran into that carbine. Yeah, that guy ran into that building like he wanted the kill. Like not
he
like
was
it was
for the smoke, man.
He was like, I want this, and because he came around the corner, he saw the shooter laying there and was just like just immediately neutralized. And that's what you
little
need.
Kids. There was a 6-year-old dead that he stepped over on the way in, like a little girl in a pink.
Yeah, it was like a Christian elementary school. Like they were little kids.
I can't fathom like that.
Normal people can, dude.
I can like put myself in the position of someone who's like pushed to the edge, or someone who like wants to end their own life and wants to suicide by cop. I can empathize with a lot of awful stuff, but why would you want to hurt children?
Right, the one who killed the United Healthcare CEO. Like I could see how the guy.
Yeah,
but like kids, I can't think of anyone more innocent. What are we doing?
Yeah, that 6-year-old had.
I still don't like the Luigi one. I don't like that, but like going into a school and shooting a bunch of kids. What do you get when you cross a loner with a society? Then he kills Robert De Niro. Yeah, remember?
That
was a good scene. Yeah, that was the
I couldn't believe he popped De Niro the first time I saw it. I was like, holy shit, he popped De Niro. Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
That was a really good scene.
And De Niro was asking for it. You kind of warned him to pop De Niro. That was great. Yeah.
It's like, oh man, like if I were this talk show host, I wouldn't interview this guy aggressively at all. He's clearly crazy. Like
you're making some good points here. You're making some good points. You guys all learn a lot from this guy.
What's that under your coat? It's shaped like a gun.
How would you like to be my co-host going forward? Like I'd be kissing ass, dude. Like I was terrified.
How about another joke, Murray? Kills me. That's a good movie. I've never
seen Joker 2.
Don't.
I heard it was very, very poor.
I heard it was terrible. but I can't stop being curious.
There's a clip of they showed it at the Cannes Film Festival in France, and I think what's his name that plays the Joker? Fucking Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix is next to Lady Gaga, and they just watched the movie together for what I think might have been his first viewing of it, and even though he made it, and everybody's of course standing and clapping, but he's wording something like, "That was bullshit," or like, "This is bad," or like, "We're fucked." It was like he was coming to the realization that they had made not just a bad movie, but just a complete departure from what was a great movie with potential for a sequel into just, it's awful. It's like
a musical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. People said it was not even similar to Joker 1. Like
it's in no way similar. It feels like Martians watched the Joker and had no idea how humans interact or what they do, and they use their own culture to make Joker 2. And it just feels wrong. It feels like they made it as like a fuck you to the studio for making them make it. Like maybe sometimes a studio will say to a director, "Hey, do you want to make the sequel?" And they're like, no, it's kind of a self-contained story. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take these characters that are beloved to you, that you wrote when you were 17, and I'm going to let Phil over here direct a new movie. And there's going to be a giant spider in it. And your main character is now going to get raped in the first scene. And he's, "Oh, well, I guess I'll make a shitty sequel for you, boss. Sorry, I didn't know you were going to ruin my art like this." Like,
so why do you want the Joker to get raped? That doesn't seem to have anything to do with.
Actually,
what
I'm going to keep the rape
film.
in. He does get. He gets raped immediately in the movie.
But why? Like, why?
I didn't make the movie, Taylor. My pitch would have been like Batman. Like when he's Batman, we'd have seen some Batman shit. Like he's like a child, and we'd have had the Joker like solidifying his role as an organized crime figure rather than just a psychotic man who has a weird following. Like that, I would have made that one. I mean, that's like America too. Like we've got that. You know, they're down. I think of Australians as like part of the southeast of the United States.
They're like
no, I got it. They plug in right into the Gulf of Mexico. That's Australia. Like if you plug them, if you just took Australia and stuck it into the Gulf of Mexico, like everybody would be chill. Like no
They
one
speak
would
the
mind
same language.
Same language, like same culture, really. Like
same culture.
Yeah.
I love Australia. I haven't been in a long time, but last time I went, I had a great fucking time. What a cool place.
Yeah, they haven't had enough time to come up with a culture. Unlike us Americans.
Unlike us Americans. How long has Australia been a thing?
Longer than us, I think.
Well, but weren't they extant as like a prison colony for many years?
Yeah,
and that's why they're such like they're so into rugby and stuff now. They got to get that pent up aggression.
Tough as shit, dude.
That's
why they're mad.
I think they still have the Queen on their money, right?
Dude, there's like 100 countries with the Queen on its money.
Yeah, but that's a big one.
Imperialism.
And are they going to move on to the next figurehead after she dies in the next few days because she's 110? Like, or are they just going to be like, you know what, we've had the money on there enough?
Well, fuck me.
Enough money.
Kyle, I don't think Australia's going to fit in the Gulf, bro.
Yeah, but all of them.
Australia's covering about 30
look,
states.
If my magic allows me to put Australia in the Gulf of Mexico physically, then it also allows me to shrink it.
Dude, you could
Tasmania would fit in the nook of Georgia and Alabama.
You could shrink Australia by 95%, and it would take their country weeks to notice.
All right, but show me where the population centers of Australia are.
It's where Florida is right now. It's all on the coast of Florida up to Pennsylvania, I think.
Yeah, we don't need the whole thing.
I think Australia might have the population of California. It might. I don't know if it does, but I think it might.
All right, take that down. It's blinding.
What a horrible picture.
Another thing, we always talk about statistics and events and facts. It's really hard to get like the actual data on it and figure out what the hell happened. If there's any sort of political bias that can work its way in, are these Australian wildfires? Because I have heard these two different reports, these conflicting ideas. One side of the argument wants to say, "Hey, this is about climate change. This is about climate change. That's why we have wildfires like we've never had before." And they've probably got a point. The other side is like, do you know how many people were arrested for setting fires in Australia this week?
Yeah, apparently they caught a bunch of people.
The other side, the blue team, is saying
That is fake news. That is right-wing climate deniers making up that people were arrested. There were very few arrests. And I'm sitting there like, wait. Why are we in an age where I literally can't determine whether these were set by... Why can't we just say, yeah, some people set some wildfires, and because the area is so dry this year due to climate change, the fires are very difficult to control. Why can't it be both? Why can't it be both? I feel like both sides are lying to me about something that should be really easy to come together on, and that's putting out some wildfires.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
So this is a big topic for me. I was on the board of the Weather Channel for like 6-7 years, and that was a bunch of years ago as well. And boy, almost a decade ago, we had a bunch of climatologists, meteorologists from all over the world, and some generals, including the general who ran the base in the Philippines, come in and talk to the Weather Channel, talk to us executives like a think tank. And we brought him in because every time we put up something about climate change, it was called global warming back then, it would tank. The ratings would tank. People would get upset. We'd get letters. Our sponsors would be upset. And so our great CEO at the time brought these guys in, especially the generals, because they were nonpartisan, right? He's like, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I can just tell you we're moving our base because it's sinking into the ocean because the ocean's rising and it's getting warmer, and it's hard to deny it. And he literally went, these were guys from all over the world, and some of them believed that, there were different causes, and not all of them believed like it can complete, the doomsday, the world's going to end in a certain period of time. But it was about, I don't remember how many years ago, but like literally everything the guys said was going to happen. They talked about incredible fires. They talked about earthquakes. They talked about incredibly cold winters and much more severe storms. And they said, stop calling it global warming, because it's not really about, hey, it's freezing out in Chicago today. Where's the global warming?
Yeah.
Right. So I got to wonder, especially with, millennials, like there's no, in Gen Z, there's no bigger fucking topic or, in their lives that's going to affect their lives probably going forward, or their kids' lives, or their quality of life, being able to go outside. And yet it's still this, like, no one wants to, it didn't even make the list for the Democratic debates. It wasn't the top 5 issue that people wanted to talk about. And there's still tons of people who don't believe in it. And it just seems like it breaks down on party lines on some level also. And I just don't understand how this is a partisan issue. Like, what do you guys, like, why do you see that?
I think that it definitely is a partisan issue. Part of it's probably there are a lot of corporations that are responsible for climate change. And to admit that it exists is almost to admit to a degree of culpability there.
Yeah.
And those corporations are very big, and I think that they have a lot of reach and a lot of influence with media and large media companies, and they're able to, you mentioned sponsors. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those sponsors are people like BP. It's probably in their best interest not to admit to dooming the planet potentially. And also it's a real downer, right? It's not something that you can just wave a magic wand at, or it is something that you really actually need a literal magic wand, it would seem, to fix. Like unemployment, it's like, all right, well, we need to adjust inflation rates. We need to do something about the currency. Maybe we can invest in the private sector, and I think we can turn this unemployment thing around. Maybe the housing market, maybe we can do something there. But this, it's like, oh, the entire planet is getting a little bit too warm, and we are 250 million out of almost 8 billion. How much influence do we even have?
There's two kinds of partisan issues in my head, right? There's one which is like, let's say healthcare, right? The Democrats generally think that the government might do a better job managing the healthcare. They take out the profit motivation, etc. And the Republicans feel like, a capitalism-based solution would be good in healthcare. I think they both have good intentions, but they both have different ideas, and that you can respect. Then there are some other things. Climate change is a fantastic example where it's more about rooting for the home team, right? The red team has decided the climate change is fake, that it's something to do with ice age cycles or whatever, and there's nothing we can do with it. It's not caused by humans, if it's even happening at all. And the blue team has decided that it is completely caused by humans.
And in this age where you can pick your own news and choose your own reality and you'll find sources to back it up, they just root for their own team. And it's a weird thing, like if you tell me what your thoughts are on pro-life versus pro-choice or pro-gun versus whatever they call the other side, then anti-gun, I guess.
Foolishness.
Then I can reasonably predict your thoughts on climate change. And you'd think that abortion and gun rights would be unrelated to climate change, but they're not, because
school prayer.
People are on their teams.
The correlation between school prayer and belief in science.
Yes.
Directly.
Yeah.
These partisan issues.
I mean, more
really
prayer in
is
schools
terrible.
might help.
I
Right?
doubt it.
I doubt it. It won't hurt.
It's funny.
Yeah, it won't hurt. Yeah, it couldn't possibly hurt.
He mentioned the climatologist predicting, the wildfires, the larger hurricanes and stuff like. My preacher was doing that when I was 10 years old. He was like, "It's coming. It's coming. The Lord is going to." You just watch. You're going to see increased earthquakes. You're going to see fires. And he starts reading from Scripture, and it's like, I think as long. People who are on the right side of that, and I don't mean the correct side, I mean the right wing side of that argument, to deny it is a comforting thing. It's to say, no, there's no boogeyman in the closet. And then the left's like, I don't know, I can see his feet. You're like, no, that's that. Of course you do. Those are your shoes. They're moving. Yeah, the wind rustles them. And it's much more comforting to be on the right side of it, because if you're on the realistic side of believing climate change, it's too late, if we're being honest.
Do you think it doesn't matter your age? I thought this was the one issue where you could live, look where the big devastation's been lately, massive hurricanes and flooding in Houston, New Orleans, Florida, all the southern states. It's hard to deny that this stuff's happening to you as an individual. So when it happens and your whole world gets burnt out by massive wildfires that haven't happened in whatever amount of years, and then you listen and all the science and you're a younger generation and you're on the internet, you don't change your mind, or you don't have an open mind.
The younger generation who's on the internet is already on board. The problem is
I don't know. Where are you? What are you doing? Why is Greta the only person out there making a big change? If you guys are going to vote,
I think people don't change their minds because their tribalism is too strong, right? Them and their like-minded friends enjoy their world views and their beliefs, and it's a cohesive bond amongst them, and they don't really care about the fires or the floods or whatever more than they do their social structure, their desire to be liked and fit in.
And there's also alternate viewpoints of this thing that are really easy to buy into if you are a right wing guy. One of the things I see, I read a lot, and again, I bet it's probably true, but I don't know. That is someone explaining that the reason these wildfires are so extreme right now in Australia is because the Liberal Prime Minister prevented them from doing their underbrush burning, because it was going to cause some sort of minor issue. And they're like, they don't allow us to burn the underbrush. So of course, when a fire does kick off, it's completely out of control. That sounds accurate. I know that's a thing here, where they disallowed the burning of the undergrowth, the pine needles and stuff that pile up every season. And that's something the Native Americans did, I've read. Every year they'd go in and burn all that out. And it's something that's been disallowed to the point where you've got this huge amount of growth down there and fuel to fuel these gigantic fires.
Well, they won't. If that's what caused it, they will not make that mistake next year.
Well,
they're going to take care of that. There's
a
little side thing.
Well, Taylor, you might not have heard, but they're burning it now.
Yeah, really, guys, we're kind of just knocking out the next 10 years of this. We're really taking care of it.
Those are common sense excuses. Every year has been, for the last 10 years, has been the hottest year on the planet in history. Every year, every year has the most melting ever of the polar ice caps. Every year, every single year, just keep going back, has the biggest rise in water temperature, has the biggest amount of water created. Every year has the biggest fires in history. Now going back every year, like this year, last year was all here in California, right? Now it's all in Australia. okay, we should sweep the forest better and burn the pine needles, and maybe there were some guys setting fires. Like, come on, like there's such giant amounts of evidence and science that we just got to put ourselves, into figuring out the issue. And the scariest thing that I remember 10 years ago with these generals, and it's the same now, is that they ranked all the countries all around the world and the public opinion on whether climate was a major issue. And in places like China, who was the biggest polluter, they were actually doing the most as far as scrubbing and coal and thinking about it, and it was a 90% issue for their population. And in Europe, it was an 80% issue. And in the United States, we were doing the least, and it was like a 40% issue.
It makes sense that Chinese, especially urban Chinese, would
Can't
care
breathe.
about that because they're walking around in smog 24/7.
Can't breathe.
Like that would be terrible.
They had a really visible and lifestyle impact of their climate change. Ours is more disaster oriented, and it's easier to deny.
And it's more
It's less
happening
tangible.
somewhere else. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's happening in China. That's happening in India.
Yeah, it's less tangible, It's and
Those countries got to stop pumping so much plastic into the ocean. Have you seen those clips? That shit is ridiculous. It's absurd how much plastic. It's just whole rivers of plastic just pouring in from like China, India, Bangladesh. Like it looks like it honestly, it looks like when you see an avalanche clip, but instead of snow and ice, it is old Coke bottles and like PC parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like
America used to
deluge
do
of
that.
it.
So I was a surfer in New Jersey when I was a kid. This is like 32 years ago, something like that. And my wetsuit would come back like covered with like dirt and trash and like oil bits. There'd be things floating. Wildwood beaches would get shut down because like the barges where we dumped our trash offshore would wash in, and Wildwood would have to close down all the time. I read in a surfing magazine, I used to be all into those, that the disposable tampon applicator was the New Jersey seashell. It's like- and that's so we've cleaned it up a bunch since then. But yeah, that's where we were a long time ago.
That's good. Yeah, and it looks like you were right, Woody, with or I think you said it. The nearly 200 people arrested for like starting fires. It looks like only 24 of them were arrested for intentionally like starting fires. Most people, it was like not abiding by regulation or like throwing a cigarette out and starting something.
still counts though, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not. Well, yeah, I mean, the fire doesn't care how it was started, I suppose. But
yeah, there must be.
There's not a huge group of people out there being like, hee, we're gonna make people believe this is happening.
I mean, they caught 24, and you would imagine it's very difficult. I could go out back and start a fire right now. Nobody'd know. I mean, they'd suspect me for obvious reasons, but
yeah,
nobody'd know right away. Yeah, shit, not again. I could go across town and start some fires and nobody'd know. You know,
keep ruining your own plan.
If an Atlanta fire happens, this is dropping.
Please God, not again.
Fingers crossed, please. Not again. I'm not going back. I already did my time. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know, man. I honestly believe that it's too late to affect any real change and to reverse things quickly. I think we're going to see some pretty serious issues over the next. Maybe we won't see them, but human beings are going to see some serious changes over the next 50 years or so. And I don't think the thing that I hear about the most that does sound kind of irreversible is the changing of the ocean currents and how that can lead to the pH of the ocean changing so dramatically that like huge amounts of the sea life die off, and the chain reaction that causes because of everything that sea life is doing for the global ecosystem and our the air quality. Something like that happens. We're not gonna.
You're assuming all these changes are for the negative, right? What if we get rid of sharks and get way cooler flounder?
That's a net positive. I don't like sharks.
It's more likely the ocean turns into acid and the air is unbreathable. But I'm with you. I'm with you.
Well, that sounds cool.
There's so much destruction over the next decades that it's almost like your body getting a fever trying to kill off the virus. And eventually the Earth right now has a fever. And it's these little bastards. We need to get rid of them, and then eventually it'll cull us down to a reasonable number, and then we can start fucking it up all over again.
That's the premise of like half a dozen movies.
The Matrix I think is one of them.
Day After Tomorrow. That was. Yeah.
I think in the Matrix they say that people think they're animals, but they're not. They're actually a virus, right? Because if you think about a virus, it just keeps reproducing and growing and expanding until eventually it kills its own habitat. That's what viruses do. I'm like, oh, that does kind of sound like people.